Now you should be good.
Okay.
There we
Now
go.
I'm cutting out the opening. Now it's getting cut.
All right, now we're gonna redo it. Hi, welcome to episode 3. Welcome to episode 3 of the Cold Topic podcast. I'm one of your hosts, John, and we have with
And
me.
I'm Sacrabalic, your envoy of hope. You might know me from such films as Dracula 2000 is a repeat joke I've just made because when the stream started, I was muted.
which is good. That's how we do it here. We make sure that everyone is inaudible.
Yes. Okay. All right. I fixed it in post.
Anyways, so yeah, like I said before, I actually had just applied to be an extra in an Adam Sandler movie that's filming in Boston. So
Okay.
that'll be fun. Hopefully they get it. I sent them the best selfies I could.
You gave him headshots?
I gave them the bread shots. That's how I make my money, get that bread.
Right. Dead on, left profile, right profile. I just did my fucking lefts and right backwards.
You did it.
I did it. See, this is why I've only been in one movie.
Exactly, yeah. I've been in 2 short films for college and a music video.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. I've been in a few documentaries and on the news, but I wasn't counting. I was just going like feature length, released to theaters films.
Dracula 2000, check it out. It came out in the year 2000. Did it? I
don't know if that's true.
I don't know what that is either. I think it came out in like 98 or some shit, actually.
You said that with confidence. It did come out in 2000. It came out December 22nd, 2000.
I did it.
Don't check it out, though. It's not good.
It's not great.
Apparently, it's a Wes Craven movie, but
it is a Wes Craven movie.
It was not.
It's one of his.
It's not a good movie. I watched it in theaters.
That and Swamp Thing are probably his 2 worst movies. Maybe Ghost of Mars. No, that wasn't Wes Craven. Was it? I don't remember. Anyways, that movie's terrible too. Let's get right into recaps. Sack, what have you been up to this month?
Well, thank you for asking, John. I have been building a rocket to Mars, and I have been, working on that and getting really into astrophysics. No. What this month I've been, I started, like at the tail end of last month, I started doing the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix playthrough.
Ooh.
Because I finished Persona 1 now. And then I got like really sick as a dog, and I'm still a little sick, and I'm just like pushing through it. But yeah, this month is horror month. We're going to be playing a bunch of horror games this month. This is the 3rd annual horror month. And let's see, we already did Silent Hill 3. I keep promising we're going to do Born from a Wish, and we probably won't do it. It's not going to happen, but we're going to do Born from a Wish at one point, and the next main game on the agenda will be Resident Evil 4, but we're also planning to do Fatal Frame and maybe Amnesia if we get around to it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You already finished Silent Hill?
Yeah, 2 streams. Bam.
Damn, that was quick. Yeah, well, I'm also doing Spooky Month, which is tentatively named.
Am I frozen? I'm frozen.
Oh, shit. Damn it. Anyways, we're not gonna have chat bot. Yeah, I am also doing Spooky Month. This month I am doing Doom Eternal, Parasite Eve, Luigi's Mansion, Castlevania Symphony of the Night,
Good
and
game.
I'm doing Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Yo,
Because
yes.
people have been asking about the Resident Evils, so I'm finally going to do a Resident Evil game, and we're also doing one of my favorite games, Ghostbusters. We're doing the remastered version on the Xbox.
It's very good.
It's a really good game. It's probably the best movie game, to be honest. Even though it's not really based off a movie, a game based on a movie that's not a real movie.
Based on a movie franchise, yeah.
Yeah, you are frozen.
Mm-hmm. Resident Evil was the first video game I ever played. And we have done one Resident Evil every year of Horror Month.
Hell yeah.
So that's why we're on 4.
See, I was gonna do 4, but apparently I don't own 4. I thought I did on Xbox, so I was like, oh wait, I bought 2 though, so I'm gonna play 2 instead. So it's good that I'm not doing 4. Then I'm here. It's good stuff.
I own every canon Resident Evil. So
Hell yeah. Yeah, I've never beaten a Resident Evil game, so that'll be fun to do it on stream with everyone. If we have time, I'm gonna play Outlast, which is apparently very spooky. But that's if we have enough time. Not spooky?
No, it isn't.
Oh
no.
Everyone's
very bad.
Everyone's told me to play that, so
everyone's like, "Oh, it's so scary! It's scarier than Amnesia." No, it isn't. Fuck off. It's the kind of scary where there's just like invincible monsters that walk around and go boo.
I like that.
And then they find you and you run away, and it's long and it's tedious and it's a lot of hiding from bullshit. Like Amnesia ties its hiding mechanics together because if you have a light on, you're not going crazy. But the monsters can see you. But if the light's off, the monsters can't see you. But also you're going crazy and you'll start hallucinating shit. So it ties it in, whereas like Outlast, it's just like you're being attacked by crazy monsters all the time. It's so like on the nose and in your face about it. It's not I mean it probably will get you more screams than Amnesia, but it's not gonna fill you with fear. It'll be more like you know what I'm saying? Like those like startle screams, and then you're just like, whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was going to comment on another game you said. You said Resident Evil and Parasite Eve. Yeah, I'm planning to do Parasite Eve Christmas. I was going to do it this year in horror game month, but Pacho's like, that's a Christmas game. And I'm like, fuck it, we'll do it Christmas then. So, look forward to that, I guess.
Yeah, Pacho's been asking me to play it, so I'm finally going to play it. It's all already ready to go. I have the disc and all that, so we're gonna be playing that. Nice. The only game that I played out of all 2 games, I played Ghostbusters Luigi's Mansion. I'll be in the oh, Pache, no. Sorry, Pache.
Oh man, Pache is just in a bad state. It is hot as fuck over there too.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. So yeah, two out of 6 games I've played before, so I know them pretty well, but 4 of them I don't know at all, so it'll be fun. It'll be fun to play those.
Resident Evil 2 is really, really good. I hear it's weaker in some aspects than the original Resident Evil 2, which I'll probably play at some point. But
he's squished. I don't know how to fix it. Can I fix it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have any control over it on my side.
Maybe if I do this, be better. Oh, now he's too.
Yes.
Now you're too big.
I'm never too big.
Okay, so fun. Actually, you know what? I have a good idea. Let me just do this. We're gonna do that and move Bulby Boy up. There we go. That's as good as it's gonna get right now. Fixing stuff mid thing, like always. There we go. There we go. That's good. Well, just for once, Twitch was merciful to me, said the maid. Okay. So, any more recap?
First done or what? I'm sorry. I cut you off. I was gonna say I think we're done with recap.
Oh yeah. Oh, actually, I did, this month? What did I do? I quit my job. That's what I did this month.
Oh.
Yeah. That's
shit.
Yeah. I hated it because I couldn't do anything outside of work. So I'm going to go back to my old job. So I have a little bit of time off, which is really nice. Other than that, I've just been working on Twitch stuff, doing some video editing, making my 1-minute meme music, which has been fun. And my roommates and I have been doing another podcast too. So I've been watching some weird movies for that, strictly about movies. But I
Plug that podcast. What's that podcast called?
Yo, what's up, Headshot? It is called There Will Be Gems Movie Podcast on the YouTubes. I get the link if I remember how to do this. Hold on. It's so many YouTube.
Hey, Headshot.
How you doing, Headshot? What's going on, man? But yeah, that's what I've been up to this month. Nothing too crazy, you know. It's been a really weird month. You know, I'm trying to make some good decisions and all that, and trying to do what makes me happy. That's what this been.
Has anybody else ever heard of it previous to that?
And there's a little preview of that. Anyways, but that's what I've been into. So we can move right along.
Okay.
There's first episode.
Nice. Check it out.
Episode 2.
All right. Next up on the list, Mario 3D All Stars. So that is you.
Mario 3D All Stars. So yes. This game came out a couple weeks ago now, right? 2 weeks ago. It's basically just a rehash of. Holy shit! Why is that so big?
That is so just like a sun in my face right now.
There we go. That's better. Yeah. So Mario 3D All Stars came out a couple weeks ago. Just bought it last week. I've obviously played all 3 of these games multiple times. But they all have up-res versions of each other. And soundtracks. There's not much to them. That's new. The Mario 64 version, actually the Shinda version of it, which is actually a Japan exclusive that came out in '97, I believe, that has Rumble support and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun recompleting these games on stream, playing with them for everyone again. Hopefully I can finish Galaxy tomorrow so I can start Spoopy Month. Well, regardless, I'm starting Spoopy Month on Monday, but my goal was to finish all 3 of these games by Monday. That kind of hasn't happened so far. But I love playing these games. There are three gay games, you know. It was definitely not worth $60, but you know, Nintendo's gonna charge you whatever they want for the re-releases. But I'll pay it, so it wasn't limited as digital game and clutch capitalist. Exactly, yeah. That's the only reason why I bought it, so I can say, hey, I have this game that's gonna be gone soon. They did that with the last All Stars too.
So it's a limited release?
Yeah. I think it's only running till I can't remember. But 60,
weird. Okay.
Here. Yeah. That's fair, yeah. That's fair, Headshot. But but yeah, so it's been a lot of fun playing these games again. I'm really enjoying this collection. I'm glad to have it conveniently on my Switch too, so I don't have to like switch between 3 different consoles, which is pretty nice. So definitely worth the money. There's not much more to add to it. I could talk about all 3 of these games all night, but I'm not going to.
I have never. I don't think I've ever beaten a Mario. I think I played Super Mario Brothers like 3 for like Game Boy Advanced or some shit.
That's the best version.
The one where you could play as like Peach and Toad. Not the Super Mario Brothers that everyone thinks about. But yeah, I don't think I've ever actually beaten a Mario game. I'm like terrible at platforming. I've never been a good platformer. But when I did play Mario, I always tried to play Luigi, because for some reason I have this like weird problem with Mario. Like I look at him and I just get this weird desire to punch him in the face, and I have no idea where it comes from.
Doki Doki Panic with a Mario skin. I'll play it.
Yeah, well,
that's Mario 2, yeah.
But yeah, I'm just not I don't know. I don't like it's not my kind of game, and I have a weird like internal dislike of Mario, and it comes from nowhere.
I played all the Mario games. I've beaten all of them. I'm not ashamed to say that. I've been playing Mario.
You shouldn't be. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah, I've been playing Mario games since like my 3rd year of being alive. So my dad helped me beat the first Mario game when I was like 4. Yeah, because that was right around the time I beat Zelda or Zelda 2. Most I've ever played Mario was Mario Kart on the DS. Mario Kart on the DS is a fantastic game. I don't blame you for that.
After a D&D game I was running, I played a little bit of Mario Kart for Wii, because someone brought over a copy, and I was terrible, and I hated it.
I love Mario. I have Mario Kart on my Switch, and I love every second of it. Especially because you play as Link now, which is great. Love that.
By the way, I'm not saying the game was terrible. I'm saying I was terrible, and I hated it.
Super Mario World speedrun for the win. That's one of my favorite speedruns because it's done in like 18 seconds or something. Or like 30 something, I don't know.
That's a good speedrun.
It's like really quick. It's ridiculous how people can break these games. I love speedruns. I can talk about speedruns all day. That's not what we're here for today.
I mean, there's no reason to not talk about speedruns, but you can beat the original Pokemon in like 0 seconds.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. I've seen that too.
With 0 seconds on the clock. But yeah. Is that all you have to say about 3D Mario?
That's all I got. Great collection. If you like the 3D Mario games, have to go pick it up. It's definitely a convenient pack to have. Pikmin 3 comes out the end of the month, so that'd be fun. I've never played Pikmin, so that'd be a good starting point.
I have never played Pikmin either.
My roommate goes on about it, so I'm finally gonna play it.
I don't think I know anyone. I no. I've had a conversation with someone who played Pikmin, and they said it was okay, but not great.
Yeah,
is what I've heard about Pikmin.
It's a very much a series with a lot of love and hate. Either people really love it or they just don't like it. I'm like that with Undertale. Like everyone loves Undertale, but I'm gonna say this, and probably everyone's gonna leave the stream. But I don't like Undertale. I think Undertale sucks. I think it's boring.
Okay, well I'm leaving the stream now, so
I just didn't like it. I played through the entire game. I didn't like it. No, just not my style. I don't know.
That's fair.
Which is weird because I love Earthbound.
It's definitely unique though.
Yeah, let me retract my statement by saying it's a great game. It's just not for me.
I don't think you said you didn't like it. I mean, I don't think you said it was bad. I think you just said you didn't like it.
Yeah, I just didn't.
So, which is fair.
It's a great game. It has fantastic music. Like the gameplay is very unique. Mm-hmm. Was it Toby Fox, right? Who did the game, right?
Toby Fox. Yeah, he also did the soundtrack for Homestuck.
Yeah, great game. Yeah, it's very niche. Yeah, which is weird because I love games like Earthbound, which is also kind of like weird, like how Undertale is. But I couldn't vibe with it. That's my unpopular opinion of the day.
Toby Fox takes a lot of inspiration from Earthbound.
Yeah,
from the Mother series in
Toby
general.
Fox also made one of my favorite Mario Maker levels. That is damn near impossible. Fun fact.
Never played Mario Maker.
Love it. Well, that doesn't. All right. So next.
Okay, next on the list is Chain. So I said I was going to beat Astral Chain last month, and then I ended up 100%ing Skyrim. So I've actually beaten Astral Chain. I like how instead of getting an in-game screenshot or promotional art, you just got a copy of the case of Astral Chain, but not even an American copy. That is a European copy because that is Peggy 16 and not an ESRB rating.
It's the best I could find.
It's fucking hilarious. So in Astral Chain, it's a platinum action game on the Switch, and you might think, well, how does that work? And the answer wasn't great. But you could pick your character because you're one of two twins, and your twin is always named Akira, and you get to name yourself. And my twin, I picked the girl because I always played the girl character.
Me too.
And I forget what I named my character. It was something like really generic. It was like Heather or something. Like it was real plain. But yeah, so you get to barely design your character. You're basically a cop. And I was like a tomboy, like black girl. And fun thing they do is they will actually change your sibling's skin color to match your skin color, so it doesn't look that off.
That's interesting. I like that.
Yeah. So I was pleasantly surprised when my brother was also black. And I'm like, hey! But another thing I did in that game was I made my hair pink. And this is going to sound weird. I'm sure some people would be like driven up the wall about this. But in flashbacks, my character's hair appeared brown, which is great because what I was going for with my character was that she dyes her hair pink because who has fucking pink hair? That's really weird.
I can name 3 girls.
So I really like... Huh?
I can name 3 different girls that have pink hair right now.
Naturally pink?
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay, well, that was my point.
Oh, okay.
But, so basically, the way I would describe this is it's a platinum action game where you're a cop in a sci-fi setting, like a 90s OVA anime setting, and you fight with fucking Punch Ghost JoJo stands.
I like that.
There's an astral plane where monsters come in from the astral plane and like attack people, and they have like corrupting influences on the world, and you have to use your JoJo stands to fight monsters. And there's a whole like conspiracy, and the music can be pretty good. But it's a very simplistic combat system. It's usually just like hit R1 or the Switch equivalent of R1. I don't know what Switch buttons are. I don't read the Switch buttons. But the equivalent of the R2 button. I'm sorry, not the R1 button, the R2 button. You know, the one, the trigger. You hit the trigger, and then the other one, like you can like maneuver your stand legions. They're called legions. You can maneuver your legions, and you can do like combos with your chain by pulling yourself towards the legion or away from the legion. It's ZR. Thank you. It's fun enough, but I feel like it lacked some serious depth compared to other Platinum games like Bayonetta. Like, there's no like hard hit or weak hit. It's just hit or stand, basically.
I gotta play Bayonetta.
I don't know. And you could change through stands, but it does this like thing where the world like slows down as you change through it, and there's no convenient way to get to the stand you want. So it ends up like creating these like awkward pauses in battle that break up the fight momentum. The story isn't very well explained or interesting. It's fairly generic. It's an okay game. I find the parts of the game that at the start that I found most interesting was just being a cop and picking up litter and like helping random people on the street. And then towards the end of the game, I was just like, God, I hope I don't have to be a cop on the street and pick up litter and help people. I just want to get this over with and beat up fucking monsters with my stick. But yeah, so Astral Chain was not great. I did not 100% it. I know if you generally watch this podcast, you'd probably think I'm constantly 100%ing games. I do not 100% platinum games because there's always one boss fight that's complete bullshit at the end of it. So, but yeah, that's Astral Chain.
I've always wanted to try it out. It got very much mixed reviews when it came out, so I never got it. With games like that, I typically don't get it at launch because I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it or not. Because I don't want to waste $60 if I'm not gonna like a game. So generally, I wait like a week and like read a couple of reviews. Watch a couple of videos on it to see if I like the gameplay and stuff like that. And it didn't really look like a game that would pull me in as much. That's why I never got it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I was always planning to play it because it looked interesting, and I like that you can make your character. But I have it on like a wish list on Amazon, and I saw the price, going down, and then it suddenly shot up. And then it just kept like climbing up and up and up, and I'm like, I have to fucking buy this game for like it got into like the 80s and 90s as far as like sales go, and I was like, Jesus Christ! And I briefly just saw it go down to like $55, and I'm like, now obviously I've got to buy it now because they keep selling out of copies of this game.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, if I don't get it now, I'm never gonna get this fucking game.
No, I feel that, yeah. I was saying like Bayonetta, like everyone likes Bayonetta. I just haven't played it yet, but I think I just need to break down and buy it. I wish I had like a collection like that came out on Switch. That'd be super convenient. I have like all 3.
Bayonetta is a good character action game, but I definitely feel like I'm not a fan of the character designs or the story. It has some interesting mechanics. It of course has the patented bullshit platinum Platinum Boss, which is Rodin, which fuck that fight. But yeah, for a game that is incredibly similar to Devil May Cry, I'm gonna have to agree with Made in the comment in chat here, that I definitely prefer Devil May Cry to Bayonetta. But there is a fun story about the Bayonetta, which is that who is it? Kamiya is in charge of Bayonetta. He like puts her in glasses, and the publisher's like, "Oh, we can't have the main character in glasses because it doesn't sell games." And so Kamiya absolutely insisted every time the publisher said that we can't put her in glasses. You can't have characters in glasses in video games because it doesn't sell copies. And eventually they're just like, fine, you can put her in glasses. We'll put her in glasses on the cover. It's fine. And he's like, great. And then he put every character in the entire game in glasses. Every single one.
That's a ballsy move, and I love it.
Yeah. So, I have heard that story. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but that is what I have heard.
I love that. That's a good story. Bayonetta comes with a digital copy of the first... Okay.
I have Bayonetta 2, but it is for Wii U. But I do own a Wii U, but I do have Bayonetta 2.
Wii U.
Also, I think you can just get them on Steam now, so...
Oh, yeah, I do have access.
Yeah, so...
Maybe I'll do that.
But yeah, no, I mean, in both the case of Bayonetta and Astral Chain, I'd have to say, yeah, Devil May Cry is definitely the gold standard.
The hacky and slashies?
No, it's not really it's like an action game with like a combo focus.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I would definitely say Devil May Cry or the good God of Wars are probably in the similar vein, and they're probably better alternatives to them. I'm fucking statement, but I would rather play Devil May Cry or God of War than an Astral Chain or Bayonetta.
That's fair.
Although Bayonetta 1 ends with you punching God into the sun, so
there's that.
Yeah, there's that.
There's that. Yeah.
That's the only game I know about where that happens. So.
Hey God, I don't like you today. Where's the sun? And punch you into it.
And if you fuck it, there's like a final cutscene where you have to like thread the needle so God doesn't hit anything on the way to the sun, and if it does, it blows up the sun and kills you.
Yeah, I mean that's gameplay right there. That's content.
That's gameplay. That is not how Astral Chain ends, but I wish it did. You know what? That's what Platinum needs to do. That's how I want every Platinum game to end. I want it to end with you punching God in the sun. Bayonetta 2 needs to end with punching God in the sun. Bayonetta 3, God needs to go into the sun. Astral Chain, God should be in the sun. Wonderful 101, God into the sun. Nier Automata should have ended with God in the sun. I mean, it's not like the franchise doesn't have God. Punch it into the sun.
Missed opportunities.
Missed opportunity.
That
would have been the perfect one.
Somebody tweet at Platinum right now and be like, "Hey, this is what you need to do." That person would probably be me.
Your games need retconnings.
I've been tweeting at random companies like all week. It's been a lot of fun. I tweeted at McDonald's, Nintendo, Arby's, a whole bunch of companies. Been a lot of fun.
Was your message just you should be punching them into the sun?
No. And Yoga's punched into the sun. No, I tweeted at Nintendo about Steve from Minecraft being in Smash Brothers, which was probably the most disappointing news this week.
Yes.
No,
yes, disappointing. You're disappointed about Steve from Minecraft?
So here's the thing. I can understand
that man can lift to the sun.
I can understand why Steve is in Minecraft. I mean, wow, Steve is in Smash Bros. Because they want to draw the younger crowd into the game. But as a Nintendo fanboy who wanted to see characters like Bomberman or I don't know, like I can't spitball character ideas because there's a lot of them. But let's say Bomberman for example, because they did put Bomberman in the game, but as a like a Mii costume for the brawler, which makes absolutely no sense because he fucking throws bombs. Like he's not a punchy guy, but I was slightly disappointed. You know, I was disappointed with Min too. That was like the other character that they announced for this the first character for season 2 pass or whatever. Because I never played whatever the fuck game she's from. I can't remember that right now. Arms, yeah.
What character?
Min, she's from Arms, yeah. So
okay.
having the announcement as Steve, I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm not buying the season pass yet. And if, one Facebook argument after another, and here we are. Still disappointed. I got called old and 40, which is funny.
Well, don't be old and 40. I guess.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
Well, I'm looking through a Smash Bros. Roster, and I see such characters as Ryu, Ken, Cloud, Bayonetta. I know fucking Ren Amamiya. Steve for Minecraft. I know I know Solid Snake was in an earlier version of Smash Bros.
Yeah,
so it's not like it's always like characters you would associate. Like I wouldn't associate any of those characters with Nintendo. I'm sure they've all appeared on Nintendo, but I would not associate any of them with it.
Yeah, that's a thing though. Like I understand like why they're doing it. I wanted something like relevant,
More to the heart, like more Nintendo-y.
Yeah, because like a lot of like the
what you're saying.
Yeah, because like the last character I was like super pumped about was Banjo-Kazooie, because obviously I'm a huge Banjo-Kazooie fan. It's been we've been asking for Banjo-Kazooie since fucking Melee, so that was a huge addition to the new game. And actually, characters like Joker was a great addition too. I actually really like playing as Joker. And Terry from what is it, the SNK game?
I believe the best Smash Ultimate player plays Joker.
Yeah, he's really good. Like he's really, and like Hero from Dragon Quest is another great addition. He's fucking like OP though. They need to
keep fucking calling him Joker. His name is Ren.
Whatever. Joker. Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie does rock, and like having that addition, like, and seeing them partner with Microsoft for that too was like really nice, and I thought that was awesome. That was like one of the best character announcements ever. But that's a biased opinion because obviously I love Banjo-Kazooie, so seeing them in there, and they're actually a really fun character to play too. I mean, I'm like I'll eventually get the season 2 pass, like eventually, like when they announce all the characters, and I know if I want it or not. Can't call him Joker because of Joker from Persona. Which one?
Yeah, there's 3 Jokers. It's a legitimate problem.
Oh well,
with being Joker from Persona, it's like, okay, which one of the 3 Jokers?
The one.
Do you mean June, Ren, or the guy from 2? Well, June was also in 2.
The one that's in the game.
Right. Yes. Obviously, the one that's actually in Smash. Well, that would actually be cool, though, wouldn't it? If Smash Ultimate gave you the alternate Jokers as skins.
Actually, I mean, that's what they did with Hero.
Replaces Arson with Narlithotep as the Persona summon.
I mean, that's what they did that with Hero. Like Hero, like
I've never played Smash.
Smash is great. I love Smash. It's a fun game. Like I'm not great at it, but I just like playing it because it's a fun game to play with friends and stuff. Sometimes,
Yeah, I've never been much of a Nintendo gamer, which is probably why I've never played it. And I'm not really big on like multiplayer or fighting games. When I do play fighting games, it's almost always Street Fighter or Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur because you can make your own characters in Street Fighter, because I actually like playing Street Fighter.
Street Fighter's great.
But yeah, for me, Nintendo consoles are Pokemon.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I've always loved Nintendo, so I'm always gonna buy everything Nintendo just because. Why not, right? They could come out with like the Nintendo, like I don't know, like they can do another NES classic. It's the same exact thing, but it has one extra feature. I'd probably fucking buy it.
Did I see the Pokemon clone game? There are a few Pokemon clone games that come out. One you like fight with dancing. It might be the one you're talking about, but I know there's like a new one that came out relatively recently.
What, Temtem?
Sure.
Yeah, that's the one. That's
I don't know.
That's the one that's on Steam or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, is it? I don't know. Yeah. I like Pokemon because I can appreciate them as well-crafted JRPGs.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like Pokemon, which is also why I think Sword and Shield are the worst Pokemon games since the original generation, because they were not well crafted JRPGs.
Yeah, Headshot's correct. Like, Nintendo could sell burnt toast at $1 million per slice, and I would buy it. Back.
Yeah, I'm not much of a Nintendo gamer, and yet I own every Nintendo console since the fucking GameCube. Since the game, I own a GameCube. So,
and he's missing the 3 best ones.
Which are?
NES, Super NES, and 64.
You are correct. I used to have a 64 and a SNES, but I am not old enough to have ever owned an original NES. So,
Teehee. I still have my original NES. It just doesn't work anymore, and so I have my boxed one, not the Flex, but.
So you got it for like memories.
Yeah, I just have it. Yeah, it just kind of sits there. More decoration now, like a paperweight.
N64 had some good games like Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time,
Banjo-Tooie,
Banjo-Kazooie, yeah,
Smash Bros, Mario 64.
Mario 64 was really influential. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
yeah. There's a lot of good games on N64. I can go on and on about.
I mean, should it have been the PlayStation? Sure, but hindsight's 2020.
I mean, a commercial. No, technically the GameCube was a commercial failure because they didn't sell as many as they wanted. That's why they quickly started working on the Wii. Yeah, because the 64 came out in 1996 and the GameCube came out in 2001. Then the Wii came out in 2006.
The GameCube was the first console I ever bought with my own money.
The PS2 was the first.
Oh.
I bought that. I bought a PS2 with Jaws and Kingdom Hearts 1.
Okay, all right. I bought the GameCube with Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes because even young Sack was a massive Metal Gear Solid fan. And then I got like Pokemon Coliseum because, yep.
64 was your first purchase? Hell yeah.
I also have the first Naruto game. Naruto Clash of Ninja.
Oh, that was on PS2, right? Or something.
No, that was GameCube.
Was it GameCube? Okay.
It wasn't good. It's not a good game. Actually, I did a couple years back. I did a replay of all of the Naruto games I owned as a Naruto month special for my YouTube channel. And I found that even though I didn't really like Clash of Ninja as a kid, I actually appreciated it more as a game as an adult. And I actually thought that the Naruto Ultimate Ninja series was actually terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
It was PS4, and then.
But you can customize your characters. Like you could use Chidori as Naruto, so that's fucking cool. So I don't know what to say about that. So I think we're ready to move on from Astral Chain because we've definitely talked about Astral Chain.
Yeah, we definitely.
Looks like next up on our list is Among Us.
Among Us. So you be asking, why are we talking about Among Us? Well, because it's the game that I've been literally not stopped playing since I downloaded it for $5. Among Us has been.
That image looks like feet.
It is. Among Us has been a great game. Just because it's easy to play, it's fucking great with friends too. If you revisit my stream from last Friday where I got blistered drunk and played this game with everyone, it was a lot of fun, and that's what I've basically been doing every night. I've been just like hanging out with a lot of people. John is I hear that a lot. Tom will come out of his room and just call me sus and walk to the bathroom or something. It's been a lot of fun, like just like hanging out with people, playing the game. It's good to be. It's one of those things where like when I decided to actually quit my job and like come back to streaming and stuff like that, and like spend more time with like everyone on the internet and stuff like that. This game had been brought up to me, and I was like, oh well, I'll play it. Like normally I don't get into those like like fatty games like Fall Guys and all that stuff. But everyone's like, it's $5, just try it out, and I can honestly say it's one of the funnest games I've played in a while with friends, not in general, just with friends. even when you're like I'm alone and I'm just like screwing with other players in the game too. It's a lot of fun. I actually had some YouTube content for that, but I somehow deleted it. So I have to re-record all that. But it's been a lot of fun, like just hanging out with everyone and getting to know people better and just like kind of like revitalizing some like the people I haven't like talked to and like some of the friendships and like the last month and a half where I've been kind of like not steadily streaming and like not being in Discord and stuff like that. So coming back to and playing this game with everyone has been like a real treat, and it's fun lying and shit to your friends and really piss them off.
So I don't know a whole lot about Among Us other than it's been really popular lately. From what I can gather, it's sort of it reminds me of like a 2D like Trouble in Terrorist Town. Like it looks like one character is like a traitor, and then they have to kill everyone else. It's something like that.
Yeah.
But then on your stream, I saw something kind of like voting system. So
yeah, so the basis of it is you can pick between 1 and 3 imposters per round. Normally the max we do is 2, like out of 10 people, because then it gives you a little bit better. 1 to 3 traitors. Yeah. So basically, the imposters will try to kill you and sabotage like the ship and stuff like that. If the sabotage goes, like if the place runs out of air or the reactor goes off, everyone dies. So you people have to work together. But the best part about it is that you don't talk while the game is playing too. So like you can't, like if saying the reactors go off, you can't be like, oh hey, go grab this too, because it's kind of part of the game. The base of the game is like being quiet and trying to figure out who it is at the end of the game. So that's why like when we're in Discord calls and stuff like that, and like Discord chats, like playing this game, we're always like silent during the game. Unless I'm on stream, then I mute myself in Discord and talk to the stream, obviously. Because you're trying to figure out who it is, and like it's one of those games that if you like know who it is right off the bat, it kind of spoils everything. It spoils the fun of the game. Like I was in a game earlier where like it was like the longest game of Among Us I ever played, but it was so much fun because like we couldn't figure out who the hell it was, and there was one person left out of there was 5 people, and there was one imposter left, and we spent like 20 minutes trying to figure out who it was, and at the end, like they ended up killing me in front of someone, and we still couldn't even get them voted out because they got out of it somehow. It was crazy. It's a lot of fun though. Like the voting system in it is really good because like you can even vote for yourself if you want. Like if people are like kind of calling you out, you can be like, well, I'll vote for myself, dude. It's all about breaking your friendships and
that's
trust.
a power play right there.
I do it every time. I always vote for myself.
Okay.
It's
so you're really easy to kill.
I am. I'm also never imposter too, which is really funny. I played like 13 rounds earlier and wasn't imposter once. It's always
all right.
Yeah. So when I am imposter, nobody ever expects me.
Right.
Until I actually
gotcha.
Until I kill someone in front of someone. Vote for the house fly. Exactly. Great game.
So okay.
It's free on mobile too. So if you have some friends that you haven't seen in a while, just tell them to download the game. Hop in a Discord call and just have fun. It's a good way to get in contact with people. I played with my mom the other day because she was like, play World of Warcraft, and I was like, oh, I got this game that's free that you can play on your phone, so just play with her. Fun.
Your mom plays World of Warcraft?
She does, yeah, like religiously.
Oh,
religiously.
That's a terrible decision she makes.
She's been doing it for like 10 years.
Oh wow. Mama Sack is in the same boat, actually. She also plays way too much World of Warcraft.
What if our parents actually played together, but they didn't know that?
Oh, that's totally a possible thing that could be happening.
That is totally a possibility.
Do you know your mom's server?
I wouldn't be able to tell you, no.
Okay, all right. Because I played more World of Warcraft than I actually want to have. I wish I could get my time back, but I actually have a level 120 character. I have a max level character. So, yeah.
My mom plays the game so much, she pays for her monthly subscription with the in-game currency. Your mothers have watched it.
Mama Sack has played the game so much she owns 2 accounts and will play with herself. So...
Can I get a
there
tee?
is that.
Can we just get a quick tee-hee for that? Hee.
Oh shit. Yeah. But yeah, so I do actually have a max level Warcraft character. I mostly play Priest, specifically Shadow Priest because it's really good for solo leveling, and then they broke it in Legion, so Blizzard can go fuck itself. And I'm aware that Legion caps at 110. I do have a 120, so fuck Warcraft. That game is gonna die. They had to delay the launch of Shadowlands, the new expansion, because according to Mama Sack, that the beta is fucking broken.
Is it? No.
It's really bad. Yeah. She'll fucking call me up and be like, "Let me tell you about this fucking game and how fucking shitty and broken it is." And I'm like, "Why do you play this?" And she's like, "It's fun."
Yeah, my mom was switching between World of Warcraft and like Pokemon, like all the time. Like she only plays Pokemon Emerald though. Only Emerald.
Yeah.
It's her favorite one.
That is the purpose of betas, is to make it not broken. But they did have to delay the the expansion because it was supposed to drop this month, but it's too broken to release.
Yeah, like Avengers.
Like, there's way too many problems.
The Avengers beta was broken, and they did not delay it.
Was it?
Oh yeah, they should have delayed it at least a month. But it's finally fixed now.
Yeah.
It only took 3 patches. So.
Okay.
Only.
But one thing they are doing with Warcraft is level 120 characters. They're making the new level cap 60, and they're squashing everyone's level down. So if you're level 120 now, you'll be like level 50 in the new expansion. I think that's why the game is so fucking broken. Because they're just trying to like shove everything together. They're like getting rid of all of the expansions, and they're making it like a character. Like you have to talk to an NPC to do all the content. You can only do the new content.
That's weird. Pache, I tried it. I tried it last night on my phone, just because I wanted to try it out. It's all right. I only played.
I've seen someone play it. It looks interesting.
It's basically Uwu, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to get invested in another gacha game though, because I used to be a real big Flower Night Girls player until that game left the service.
Yeah, you can get on. I think it's like $15 on Steam or something like that, or something like that.
Yeah, I have a real fucking problem with gacha games, and I should not be getting invested in one.
I know. I downloaded. It was like, oh, download. Oh, it's free. Okay. Yeah, I downloaded it on my phone just to try it out last night because I was bored, and it was all right. All right. I've only played 20 minutes ago, so I can't give a full review on it, I guess. But so far, so good.
Yeah. Stay tuned in 2 months where I'm like, so I've bought every character in the game. Okay. I think that was Among Us.
That was. Play it if you miss your
next
friends.
Up, Bravely Default. I bought Bravely Default. It's a 3DS game. I bought Bravely Default when it came out. And I played it in... I think I mostly played it in 2013. I think I bought it in 2013. I don't know if that's when it came out. It might have come out in 2012. But I played it in 2013. Played it a little bit in 2014, because in 2014 I bought a copy of its sequel, Bravely Second and Lair. And I'm like, oh shit, they made a sequel. I should fucking beat Bravely Default. So I started, I bought that, started playing that, and then I stopped. And I'm trying to do this thing where I play all of the best-selling JRPGs ever made, at least the ones that sound interesting. So he was like, okay, well, I'm going through my 3DS collection. Bravely Default's next on the list. I'm going to get back to Bravely Default. I was in, like, Chapter 3 of that game. And there's, like, 8 chapters. So I booted up, find out my save was from 2014. And I hadn't touched the game in like 6 goddamn years. So I went ahead and beat it. I got the true ending. It does a really cool thing where you get through the game, and the subtitle, which is where the fairy flies, will actually change depending on where you are in the game. Like, it'll just straight change. But it's a massive spoiler what it changes to, so I'll spare everyone. But it's really cool. You can look it up if you want. Bravely Default, where the fairy flies. But yeah, it's like a traditional JRPG, kind of in the Final Fantasy vein, where there's like a whole job system that you like change through your character's jobs, and you have like secondary jobs where you can like mix and match your abilities, and you gain different abilities depending on how high you level up your jobs. It's actually really cool and really interesting mechanically, and you can like speed up combat speed, which is amazing. And in the options menu, and this is one of my favorite fucking features, you can adjust the encounter rate. So you can set it to base level, or you can set it to like 150% or 200% encounters, or you can set it to 50% encounters or 0%. You can turn off random battles. That's is
amazing.
So fucking good. And because you can fast forward, it also has an auto battle system where it'll replay the previous action that your characters last used. So what you can do is you can put on an auto battle system, and you can put it on full fast forward. And what I do is I brave 4 times in a row. So I launch 4 attacks in turn 1, and then I put 200% encounter rate, and you can just walk around and just clear enemies like fucking gods to level up super fast, including your jobs. It's really great. But yeah, it has this system where you can do something called a default, where you basically guard for your turn. But what it does is logs up a number called a BP, which you can later spend to gain more more actions per turn in later turns. And there's abilities that like lose you extra BP or gain you extra BP. It's like so interesting from a mechanical standpoint, and I think a lot of JRPGs can really learn from what that game does, just straight up from a mechanic standpoint. When I was grinding towards the end of the game, one thing I set up was I had a black mage put all of the enemies to sleep, and then I used an ability called like Exterminate or Annihilate that just straight up wipes out every enemy that's asleep. And that's like the fastest way to grind, is to like knock out a whole like group of enemies and then just instantly kill them. And you can set that up with one character. It's fucking amazing. I know, I'm sure I'm boring everyone, but I gotta talk about this game. It's so fucking good.
I've always wanted to play it. I missed that. I never really had a 3DS. I've had 3DSs, but I normally get them. I buy them for a certain game. I play that game, and I normally get rid of them for whatever reason. So I missed out on games like Bravely Default and Bravely Second. Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. I will say that there is one fight I'm ashamed of. Because when you're scaling a tower in the game, and I'm not going to give you context, but you have to scale a tower at one point in the game as part of a side quest, so this is optional in the game's defense. You have to fight every boss in a game, but they've grouped up into groups of 5 based on certain mechanics that they fight with. So like the first one is DPS, then the second one is they block all of your attacks, and then the third one is something, I don't remember the third one very clearly. And then the fourth one is that they instantly fucking kill you, because I only survived. Keep in mind, at this point, I had all of best gear available without New Game Plusing. I had all of my jobs maxed. Every job in the game, all like 24 of them, was max level. I was max level with all of my characters, and they still killed me turn 1 every fucking time in this fight. It was unbelievable, because what they do is they like throw an ability at you that gives you a fire weakness, and then they spam like group fire abilities like fire summons and like Faraga at your team until you just instantly fucking die. It's fucking nuts. So I like created a counter strategy where I'm like, I'm gonna put reflect rings on all my characters. Didn't matter. The second you get inflicted with a fire weakness, you just die instantly. And then I put on I literally made a character immune to fire damage. She was immune, and they still killed her instantly, because the second you gain a fire weakness, it overwrites your immunity to fire. It's oh god, it was a nightmare. But yeah, it's a really good game. The story gets a little weak towards the end, but I would definitely recommend it. I definitely recommend Bravely Default. I am sure I am boring you.
Out of 10, what would you give it?
Out of 10, I think I actually did give it a ranking on how long to beat, actually. Let me look up, because whatever I said is completely accurate. I always trust whatever I said at the moment. I gave it a... don't know. How long to beat is very awkwardly arranged. I am so sorry.
That's okay.
We'll never know. We'll never know what I gave it. It's gone forever.
I forgot to ask you for Astral Chain too. My bad.
For what about Astral Chain?
I said I forgot to give you ask you about the rating for Astral Chain.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me just find both of them wherever they are on this list. I don't know where they're on this list. I apparently sorted by rating. I gave... This would be a lot more entertaining if you could see me scrolling through this list of games I have. There's so many. There's so many, because Astral Chain looks like it got a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Oof.
It looks like it gave Bravely Default a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. I'd give Among Us an 8 out of 10 just because of the playability and how you can play with everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just
Bravely Default's just good mechanically. Oh yeah. One more thing about this fucking tower, and I'll shut up about Bravely Default because I know you're bored because I see you tapping like a fucking storm in chat.
I'm just answering them. I just don't want to talk over you. So I'm answering the question.
Okay. But yeah, at the end of the tower, the like final boss of that tower is like, we had to do this to prepare you for the upcoming enemy, and I'm like, there is no way the final boss of this game is harder than that fucking summoner firefight that I just did. No, by the way, I did beat them. I used the cheapest tactic ever. I became immune to damage. But yeah, I'm like, no, the final boss cannot be worse than that fucking that fight I just did with the fucking fire spam. And then I get to the end of the game, and I did not take any damage because, hint, if you ever play Bravely Default, the final boss can be put to sleep.
Oh. That's always good. If you can put the final boss to sleep, that's clutch.
Mm-hmm.
I can't name a boss. Name a boss.
You did what?
I can't name a boss that you can put to sleep, actually. A JRPG.
Yeah, well, play Bravely Default. One of my favorite tactics in that game was poisoning the boss and then spamming Annihilate or Exterminate on them, which deals like 9,999 damage to everyone that's poisoned.
Fun. So speaking of JRPGs, beginning with the new year, there's going to be a content switch on this channel where we're going to do quarterly. Every 3 months, we're going to play a different type of game. And starting January 1st, we're going to actually do JRPG quarter. So I will be playing a whole bunch of JRPGs that I've been meaning to play and complete. Not complete. I'm not going to 100% these games. Just play them, beat them. So we're going to do 3 months, a different type of game every month with obviously like community stuff every week and stuff like that. That's going to start in January just because I don't feel like starting until the new year. New year,
okay.
new year, new channel, you know. Just because there's a lot of games that I've been meaning to finish, like Octopath Traveler, I haven't beat yet. Dragon Quest 11, games like that. So if I commit myself to playing a certain genre, I can actually get these games. And these games I want to replay, like Chrono Trigger and Super Mario RPG. Some of the Paper Marios too. And probably gonna dive into stuff that I haven't tried yet too. I know we were talking about some Final Fantasies, like I'm gonna do 7 and 3 and 4. Yeah,
7's a good game. So is 9.
Yeah, I just don't want to.
I would really recommend playing anything past 9.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing the SNES ones and stuff like that. Do that. Pachi's like, play Mystic Quest. I'm like, absolutely not. So that's gonna be here because I have a shit ton of JRPGs on my PlayStation that I just haven't touched yet, like Chrono Cross and Legend of Dragoon and a couple others. So that's It's gonna be a little content switch coming with the new year, but that's a couple months ahead.
Do you know what you're gonna kick off with first?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
I'll probably know in December.
Okay, so that'll be interesting. Funny anecdote though, when I finished Bravely Default, I pulled out the cartridge, I put it back in my box, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna charge up my 3DS and put it to the side now because I'm not gonna be playing this for a while. And then I was like, what if it gets dusty in there and I break it? So I had to get another cartridge to shove in there, and I'm like, well, I want to play Bravely Default End Lair, or Bravely Second End Lair soon. And I knew I bought that game. So you remember how when I started talking about Bravely Default, I said the last time I played that game was 2014 when I bought Bravely Second. So I grabbed my copy of Bravely Second, and it was still in plastic wrap.
Sadly, my power to make Sack play SMT games does apply to you, John. You have been spared. What's SMT?
Shin Megami Tensei. It's part of the same meta franchise as Persona. But they have a lot more of a dungeon crawler focus than the more slice of life Persona focus. They're also considered to be harder.
I have thought about playing a couple of those games. It's just getting the games and stuff like that too, because I like to play on the original hardware and stuff like that. That's more the challenge.
Nocturne Remaster, SMT3 Nocturne Remaster is coming to Switch, I think, later this year.
So maybe that is a possibility then.
Mm-hmm.
We got a YouTube link.
Featuring Dante from Devil May Cry.
Oh, word.
There is a...
Okay, well. Okay, cool.
Some SMT characters actually appear in Persona 1 and 2.
Yeah, Persona was on the list of games that I definitely want to try out.
Which one?
I was thinking 4 just because I'll have a PS5 by then. So I was thinking I can just start on 4, maybe play that.
Is 4 going to be on the PS5?
No, it's backwards compatible.
Oh,
yeah, that's why I'm buying a 5 instead of just buying a 4 right now.
Compatible to PS2?
4's on PS4, right?
No. I mean, it is via the PlayStation Network, but you might be thinking of 5.
5, yes. I don't know why I said 4. 5.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I figured
the only problem with that is if you start with 5, everyone will make fun of you.
Well, they're gonna make fun of me anyway. I'm gonna suck at these.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I was gonna buy a PS4, but then I'm like, why would I buy a PS4 when I could just buy a PS5 and have a backwards compatible system? Makes sense.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
If you need any advice on Persona 5, I got you.
Well, it looks like we're gonna have another co-stream coming up.
No, but I'm not. That's more investment than all of the Dark Souls games combined.
That's fair, yeah.
That game, Persona 5, takes like 120 hours to beat.
That's fair, yeah. That's what I've heard, yeah. That's why, I don't know if I'm gonna commit to it because I think it'll be one of those games it'll be on the last of the list if I have time. Because I haven't made up my mind if I'm going to do
and
3 months.
You won't.
Yeah, I haven't made up my mind if I'm going to have 3 months.
3 months to beat it.
That's exactly, yeah. So maybe it'll be like an extras thing or something like that. I don't know. Another co-stream, yeah, no. I know Dark Souls 2 is going to be last because Zach doesn't want to do 3.
I don't want to do 3. If we find another game to do it for that's not Dark Souls related or Soulsborne related, I might be down for that.
I'm sure we can figure this out now.
Well, I think technically the last one's going to be Zelda 2.
God.
I haven't forgotten.
Yeah, no, I haven't forgotten either. Which is going to be fun.
Okay.
I might have to have Tom come in on that one.
No, it won't. It won't be fun.
Dark Souls, yeah. Zelda 2 is like the Dark Souls of all Zelda games.
Yeah.
That's fact. The despair in Zach's voice was about it was amusing. It's like, nah. Yeah, we could probably figure something out. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going
if we can find a But like as like a person, I am done with the Souls games. I hate looking at them. Every time YouTube recommends me a Souls related video, I've now just like, don't recommend this to me. I don't want to see it. I don't want to look at this fucking franchise anymore.
Stop it.
Fucking done with it.
I will be finishing 2 and then doing 3 and then doing Bloodborne. Because we already finished Demon Souls, so
you won't need help with 3 anyway.
Yeah.
Except for maybe some of the DLC bosses. Like I don't like at this point. I think you're pretty well established. Unless you're trying to get the Berserk ripoff ending, you probably won't need my assistance for that. And yeah, you probably need more help on Bloodborne because of the bullshit you have to do to get that game's true ending.
Oh, getting all the umbilical cords.
Yeah, getting all the umbilical cords, but you're halfway there because you know about them.
Yeah.
But it's getting 3 cords is the problem. Getting 2 cords is easy. It's getting the 3rd cord.
You got to beat a boss for that, right? Or something like that.
No, you have to succeed at a side quest. Because you can get a maximum of 4, so they do give you a little wiggle room, but you have to succeed at a side quest.
Oh, okay.
So the easiest one to do is when you get back to Isofka's clinic after going through the woods, when Isofka says, hey, fuck off, don't come upstairs, here's going to be the easy one. Fuck off and don't go upstairs. Like, actually listen to her. Just genuinely fuck off. And then don't come back until after you've managed to enter Unseen Village for the 2nd time. And we'll say killed 1 reborn. Because at that point, she will definitely be with child.
Oh, that's right, because she's preggers. Whatever, right?
I mean, technically, no. No one is pregnant until, like, midway through the game, because the baby just shits itself inside of her.
Hell yeah. Bloodborne.
A good crossover game to the world of Megami Tensei is Persona, but most Persona fans want nothing to do with anything that isn't Persona, but Digital Devil Saga is great because it's more streamlined. I paid Sack fake money to stream them. That is very true. I have to play Digital Devil Saga.
Mr.
Imaginary Fun Bucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mr. B's looking all cute over there.
Made the 2nd and 3rd game requests, which is Digital Devil Saga Avatar Tuner and Digital Devil Saga Avatar Tuner 2.
Neat.
So,
what's next on the agenda?
Music. This is all you, buddy.
Music. I wanted to switch things up this time because I haven't talked about music in a while, and this CD just came out.
Entertainment. It counts.
Yeah, this CD just came out. It's a band called Movements. They're from California. I refer to them as Sad Boy Music. It's their new album, No Good Left to Give. It's a fantastic album if you like like chiller pop punk style music, I guess it would be. I don't really know how to describe like the style, I guess. It's really good. It's a very emotional record. It really hit me in the feels a couple times. It punched me right in the feel nads. I've been listening to it.
Did you cry?
Yeah.
Yes.
I did. A little bit. Because it's about breakups and blah 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 and just depression, which some people deal with. I'm not going to name names. Some people have dealt with in the last 8 months. I'm not going to name names. Yo, what's up, Big K? How you doing, bud? But this album is just fantastic. Like, everyone in the house is listening to it right now. It's a very good. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because obviously we can't sample any of the songs or anything because he's Twitch and YouTube. But if you like some modern version of the Smiths, lead singer's also an asshole. He's not.
Twitch is working on that.
Are they? Perfect.
Mm-hmm. No, I can talk about the lead singer. I'll tell you about that later. You said he's actually.
Oh, the lead singer is actually very nice. I actually met him at Warped Tour a couple years ago. This band like really took off too. Like they were touring like small venues across America. Then they came out with their EP and they just blew up. And then they were on main stage of Warped Tour. And I didn't know about them, and I watched them, and because I had no idea who these guys were. And every year I go to Warped Tour, I always watched a band I never heard of before. That was like my thing every year I went. because I've gone every year from 2005 up till the end. Um, but when I saw these guys, I was really impressed by their sound, and I've loved them ever since. And this new album is just it's killer. Like normally bands go through that sophomore slump where that second album isn't great at all. You know, they can't match that feeling of the first one. But this one is hands down like one of the best sophomore albums I've heard in a very long time. So if you like music like that, go check it out. It's on Spotify, all that stuff. You know, yeah, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere where you listen to music, it's on there. It's really good. Give it a listen. I actually tweeted out to the band the other day and said, "Hey, I like your album. Good job."
Okay. Did they respond?
No, they didn't. I did tweet it. I did tweet at my favorite vocalist, and he did say thank you very much. I was like, "Hey, thanks for being my favorite vocalist." He's like, "Thanks, dude." I was like, "You've seen me.
Oh.
Seen me a couple times." Probably doesn't remember.
Oh.
I've only seen them like
I haven't been to a concert I think since I was like a baby. With a Metallica concert. So
I go to shows a lot actually. I was before C19. I actually had like 6 or 7 like shows lined up for the year. Fortunately, all of them got canceled. So I actually haven't been to a show all year, which is super weird. Last year I was going to one like at least a month. I would go out to a show. I'd go to the local club out by me. I'm not gonna say where because I don't. Everyone knows I'm from. We're close. You can come to my house. There's not anything cool here except for this Egon figure that I got for $20 at Target. Other than that, I mean, it's kind of weird this year, like not being able to go to shows. A lot of bands are doing like virtual events, which I've watched a couple, but I don't consider it like an actual show. You know, you still pay for it.
It's not a real concert.
Yeah, you still pay for it, but I'm sitting here in like my gym shorts and like on the couch, like.
Which for me is the ideal way to experience a concert.
Cradle of Filth is doing a live stream concert on Halloween. I wonder how good it will sound with live stream quality. From the 3 different live streams that I've seen, they're pretty good. So I mean, these are like not smaller bands, but like not huge bands like Cradle of Filth. So I'm sure their sound setup will be very good. But
I can imagine there's probably a lot of musicians that would refuse to do it just on the grounds of the diminished sound quality.
I mean, yeah, like I can understand that. Like, being a so-called musician myself, I still do music, but I don't do music like I used to, like 10 years ago when I used to play shows and stuff. But I remember we used to record ourselves live every practice just so we can pick out pieces that we needed to work on. But I can definitely say a actual recording's way better. I mean,
yeah, there's a lot of old school like musicians that like refuse to have their stuff on YouTube because they think the encoder breaks the sound of it completely. Which I think they're crazy, but if you're like super into music, I'm sure you can pick out the difference between an encoded and non-encoded song.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. They're doing it.
I can't. Church. It's the same fucking thing to me, but
not fair enough. Like
if you're a professional musician who's been doing it for like 50 years, I'm sure it's a big difference.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, like I can pick out a lot of things, like especially in like different recordings and stuff. Like one of the bands that I listen to a lot. They did a live recording at Abbey Road where like the Beatles recorded. And they played like one of their songs, obviously, and I can tell like the difference between like the live version and like obviously the regular version. They obviously like changed.
I mean both, Pache.
Yeah. But music. If you like sad boy music or sad girl music, go check it out.
Yeah,
the band's very easy.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 album. And I very rarely give a 10 out of 10.
Oh wow, that is a high rating.
It might actually be album of the year this year for me. I think there's only like 3 or 4 more releases on the radar, so we see. But it's definitely top contender right now. Definitely top contender. What is next on the agenda?
Yeah, Twitch Showcase is what I was going to talk about, which is the loophole that Twitch has found about how you can have copywritten audio appearing only briefly in content, which is how they can play like copywritten songs during like football games or something. So Twitch has this like loophole where they're lurking. I think it's called Twitch Showcase, but don't quote me on the name. But what the basic idea is that you can. It's like a program or like a side thing where you play music during the stream itself, but it doesn't show up on the VODs.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so they are working on it. I think it's fantastic too. Like if that works, as obviously music companies are throwing fucking fits about it.
Yeah.
But if like even I could like start playing music if that's how it works, because then it doesn't break the VODs, which is always why I try to avoid music.
Yeah, the same thing here. I'm sure I've told this story before on the on my channel, and maybe even yours too. I played one of my songs from my band, and I got flagged for copyrighted content, and I had to email them and say, "Hey, I literally wrote this song like 10 years ago. Like this is my song."
Yeah,
and it was pretty funny. And they're like, "Oh, we're sorry. We just thought it was a different band." I'm like, "Well, I appreciate the compliment, but no, this is my music." So now every once in a while, I'll actually play my music on my stream. Yes.
Okay. All right.
But I also have a couple clips like that randomly play too, like on my soundboard.
Yes, I am aware of that. I am painfully aware of that. It has caused YouTube flags.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Did it really? Oh, wait, during
it really did. Yeah.
During our podcast, really? I didn't get the updates.
Yeah. It's not it's a flag. It's not a takedown.
Oh, okay. Well, that's one of the reasons why I actually took off a whole bunch of stuff tonight. Like I don't have the chatbot on tonight, so like the lurk thing won't work tonight. I haven't really used the soundboard like as much as I normally do, just because I was thinking about that too. I've been reading a lot about the DLC on YouTube and stuff lately, because I've been doing stuff with you, stuff with my friends, and I'm trying to work on stuff too, and I keep deleting the fucking content by accident. But yeah.
If the way it works with YouTube usually is if you get a flag and you don't dispute the flag, you're probably okay. So I've kind of just left it. Also, I legally can't dispute a flag anyway, because the podcast channel is in your name. And if you're disputing a flag, it's a legal measure, and I can't take a legal measure for you. But so there is a flag on I think one or two of them, but none on Anime Dartboard on my anime YouTube channel, because I always cut out those audio clips from Anime Dartboard when I post them on my channel, because I'm aware of that problem. But I figured it wasn't going to cause a massive issue on the copy of the podcast itself, and I figured it was better just to leave it than have weird choppy audio portions like I do with actual Dartboard.
No, that makes sense. I thought a lot about that before this stream and stuff like that, just because I didn't want to have that stuff. Yeah, I didn't want to have that stuff flagged. Yeah, but I'm learning. But on my stream, I give zero fucks.
Well, I started as a YouTuber. And I switched over to Twitch because I thought it would be fun to live stream my first playthrough of Dark Souls 3. Yeah, that's right. My first completed playthrough on Twitch was Dark Souls 3. I played it at launch. It was an experience. I started as a YouTuber, and then I moved over completely to Twitch because I hate uploading videos. I hate it. And that's not an issue on Twitch.
It isn't.
So it's complete laziness.
It just does it for you. It's great. It's 10 out of 10.
Yes, I love it.
You can't beat it. It's literally oh, I'm done streaming. It's up. It's up.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, YouTube, have fun with that. And it's like, we got you, Boo. And I'm like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
And then also, another thing is, like, people complain about, like, YouTube editing. No one complains about Twitch editing. It's a Twitch stream. It's live. It's allowed to be shittier. I literally get, like, Twitch enables my ability to make poor quality content.
me too.
It's the truth of the matter.
Like when I got drunk last week. That was content.
Yeah.
And I had to sit through that entire stream. I had to watch that entire stream to make sure I didn't say anything stupid. Which I didn't.
Some of my best content has actually been me drunk, though. Because, one, I'm a happy drunk, and two, I go on very long rants about why things suck while drunk. Two famous ones. Where when I had to drink during a Rule of Rose playthrough to get through the game, and I ripped it apart at the end, and another one was during the No More Heroes stream, where I talk for, and keep in mind I'm playing No More Heroes, but I talk for 30 minutes on why Hideo Kojima sucks.
Content.
Yeah. It's fucking good.
I just tell everyone
but
how
I
much
also
I love them, like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Like, Zach, I love you so much, man. Thanks. He's the best co-host, right? Best co-host.
I am the best co-host. That is very
true. You are the best co-host. That's why I said it.
But I do have to say, though, like, as I spent more time on Twitch, though, it, like, and I've gotten more used to editing videos because of the anime channel, it's become less about, like, general laziness and more because I really appreciate the higher level of interactivity on Twitch as opposed to YouTube. Like, you can make, like, 1,000 YouTube videos and you'll get, like, 6 comments or some shit. But, like, on Twitch, you get people in and you're like, what's up? And I'm like, what's up? And I like to think of myself as at least moderately friendly. So, yeah, it's just a good time. I do it for the interaction at this point more than anything.
No, I feel that too. I've been a Twitch streamer. I did it 6 years ago. And then I came back this January, and I've been doing it since. I did take that month and a half off, unfortunately. But
I might have to take some time off soon. I have I think a tournament inspector coming pretty soon. Yeah.
I do love the interaction. I love the people I meet on Twitch too. Like I've met obviously you through Twitch. I have a whole community of people that I hang out with constantly. I met Arsik through Twitch 6 years ago, and I've been talking to him like all the time for like the last 6 years. Him and I have always kept in contact. There's a whole bunch of people. Like when I started streaming again, I expected no one from when I used to stream to come back. But there was a lot of people that came back, and that was like the best thing ever, honestly. Like my first stream back, I streamed on my Xbox. I was streaming Banjo-Kazooie, and I just saw 3 people that I haven't like seen in 6 years, and like I'm like, hey dude, like how you doing? You know, it was a lot of fun. Like, and you know, I was a lot younger back then, and they were a lot younger, so like everyone's kind of growing up now. So it's kind of cool to hear the stories too, which has been the best part, especially with Discord too. Like it's good way to keep up with everyone. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Glad to be back.
I don't have that experience, but I stopped making content for like 3 months, and Pache came back. So shout out to Pache. We actually met on a Dark Souls 1 chat of a different streamer, and he stuck around since then. Pache's a real one. This one's for you, Pache. This drink of water I'm about to take.
I'll take a sip for Pache too. Pache has been literally to basically all my streams too in like last couple months too.
Pache's a mod now.
Pache is a mod. I just modded Headshot.
Hey! This one's for you, Headshot.
and R6's brother, Jacob, because he said no. So I modded him anyways.
You have no opinion on that.
Don't lie about what? What am I lying about? Okay, so what's next on the agenda?
Right, I watched Cobra Kai, which is a sequel of The Karate Kid, which takes place like 30 years after the original Karate Kid, and it centers around Johnny, who's like the antagonist of Karate Kid. If you've ever seen the movie Karate Kid, it came out in like the 80s.
I've seen it. I'm old.
Okay, but yeah, it came out in like the 80s. It takes place with Johnny, and there is an old YouTube video that came out like 5 years ago explaining why Daniel is the actual, like the main character Karate Kid is the actual bullying Karate Kid, and they took a lot of cues, I think, from that. Like I almost wonder, if the people who watched Cobra Kai have seen that video, because they make a lot of the same points about Daniel being a bully. But what Cobra Kai as a show gets across, really, is that there's two sides to every story. Because when you look at, like, the perspective of, because they show you both sides in Cobra Kai, of, like, both Daniel's side and Johnny's side, what you end up seeing is, like, neither of them were really in the wrong, and the real person that was in the wrong was the head of the Cobra Kai dojo. Like, he was the real asshole in the scenario. And, you know, both of the boys were just, like, going along with what they were going along with, you know what I'm saying? But it shows Johnny as a more complicated person. I mean, he wasn't always in the right. I see Made saying that Johnny was a pretty big asshole. He wasn't always in the right, for sure. He definitely had his douche moments. But yeah, it shows more sides to the story, and it's about Johnny getting his life together, and he, like, refounds the Cobra Kai dojo and teaches a more open-palmed version of the Cobra Kai dogma to his students. I mean, he's still an asshole, obviously, but he ends up teaching a lot of students, and you really feel for the characters. Like, it does a really good job with the way it portrays the characters and their complexities, and it shows, like, the kids, like, growing up, and sometimes they take, like, not necessarily the correct lesson from their mentors, which I find interesting. And John has a kid who's an absolute asshole, but then because Daniel has got, like, such a weird hate boner for Johnny, he ends up founding his own dojo to counter Johnny's Cobra Kai dojo. He founds, like, the Miyagi-Do dojo, and Johnny's kid ends up going over to the Miyagi-Do dojo, and at first he's just doing it out of spite because he doesn't like his dad, but then he ends up like, actually adhering to the philosophy of the Miyagi-Do dojo, until at the end there's a complete reversal of their roles between, like, the star pupil of Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do. It's a genuinely good show. I watched it when it came to Netflix. It used to be a YouTube Red show, but I watched it when it came to Netflix, and because apparently Netflix bought it out, and the new season is going to be airing in 2021. I'll kind of spare, like, plot-related details, but like, the general message is, like, there's two sides to every story, and you know, sometimes life's gonna kick you, and you gotta kick back harder. So, genuinely good show. If you have Netflix, check it out, or YouTube Red. If someone has a YouTube Red, go check it out. All those YouTube Red people here.
I've seen the original Karate Kids, but I've never seen Cobra Kai. I've also played the Karate Kid game on NES, which I don't recommend that to anyone. But Cobra Kai's been on my things to watch since it's now on Netflix, because I obviously don't want to pay for YouTube Red.
Definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I think I had YouTube Red for a week for free, and that was it. I watched the Gang Bros like show. That was about it. Like, their
I have seen all 4 Karate Kid movies.
4 of them?
There are 4 of them,
I thought there was only 2.
They aren't very... You wish there was only 2. There's one starring Jaden Smith where Jackie Chan is his teacher, and Jackie Chan teaches Jaden Smith karate, and that is an unfortunately named movie, because karate, I don't know if you know this, karate is not kung fu. It's not
I forgot
the
about
same
that one.
thing. Why is it called Karate Kid?
Kung Fu Kid just doesn't roll off the tongue.
It's
I actually
I burned
completely
myself
forgot.
out.
I forgot about that one. Completely forgot about the remake.
I fucking fizzled.
Well, let's just take a step back and remember that remakes are never good.
I actually thought the movie was decent, but it really bugged me that it was called Karate Kid and not Kung Fu Kid or something.
Kung Fu Panda.
There are 5 Karate Kid movies?
Oof.
I guess I've missed one.
I only thought there was 2. I completely forgot about the remake, so...
I knew there were 4. Apparently I didn't see one of them. Well, what do you know?
There are more Karate Kid movies than Captain America movies.
Get fucked, Captain America.
Oh.
I'm not very warm on either of those
Really?
characters. So
I love Winter Soldier.
No, I'm not a big Captain America fan.
Winter Soldier is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I thought it was real boring.
Really, I love that movie. It's such a good movie.
Everybody loves it. I don't know what they see in it.
It's a good spy thriller movie. I love it. I think it's good. I think it's one of those.
Is it a good spy thriller movie?
It's better than a lot
Is
of
it though?
I'll let you know in a couple months when I watch some more of these movies that my roommates are making me watch, and I'll come back. I wish I could talk about the movie that we just did for the other podcast, because that movie was so fucking good. I will say it's called Spiral, and if you've never heard of it, which you probably haven't, because we only watch like movies.
You don't know that. I've seen it 5 times.
Have you really?
Fuck no. Keep going.
You should watch it though. It's all I'm gonna say is that it was a very good movie. It has Joel David Moore in it, the guy who plays JP in Grandma's Boy. Hold on.
Another movie I haven't seen.
You never seen Grandma's Boy?
No.
Oh, well. Damn.
We played this game on my stream recently of what movies has Zach seen and what movies have Zach not seen.
Boy, do I have some movies for you. But yeah.
Hit me with it.
I could name a whole bunch, but if you like psychological movies type of deal, it's really good. It was actually what's up, Arstic? It was a very good movie. It was actually directed by Joel David Moore. And it also has Zachary Levi in it, who's the guy who plays like Shazam and stuff like that. So I would definitely check it out if you like movies like that. It's only like 90 minutes. It's not super long. It's a very well-paced movie, and I'm gonna save the rest of it for other pod, which drops on.
Do they just call him Shazam in the movie?
I've never seen the new one
because his name is Captain Marvel.
It is what it is.
But I don't. I remember if they just call him Shazam.
I stopped watching DC movies after Suicide Squad. Actually, after Justice
you
Squad.
know what? Fucking fair. Suicide Squad was bad.
Okay, so I did watch Justice League. I actually watched Justice League about a month and a half ago, and still bad. But second, hasn't watched Parasite Eve.
Incorrect.
There's a movie for it.
Oh, I don't. I thought he was talking about the game. Is there a Parasite Eve movie?
Is it? The movie doesn't give him a name, but the title is Shazam. Okay.
I've seen a game be played.
There is
Mama Sack beat the fuck out of that game. There is a movie?
Damn.
Then I have not seen it.
I haven't either. And I've seen Doom and what's the other one? Mark Wahlberg, Max Payne, and all the Resident Evil movies, and they're just awful. Actually, Resident Evil 1 and 2 aren't bad.
I knew about the book. I didn't know there was a Parasite Eve movie. Then no, I have not seen the Parasite Eve movie. I've seen Mama Sack beat it though, the game. We'll do it Christmas, like I said.
And we'll be doing it on Monday. It's just another manic Monday. So I saw that one too. I hated that movie.
Oh shit!
And I had no context, so I've never played a.
How many? Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah, I can see.
Right now? Am? Okay, yeah. I had that fucking glitch.
Headshot. I have seen Dreamcatcher, and I do actually really like that movie.
I don't know if I have, but I probably haven't because I don't like to watch movies.
It's a Stephen King book / movie. Very good. I like it.
Stephen King's book / movie.
It's got Duddits in it, my favorite character. Dud it.
Oh, it's a 2020. Oh, it's a 2013. Is it a 2013 film or a 2020?
Yeah, it's got
film?
Jason Lee, Thomas Jane, Morgan Freeman's in it.
Oh, yeah, it was on Netflix.
Timothy Olyphant. Yeah, actually it's a stacked cast. I dud it. Yeah.
Yes.
I
Stacked
have seen Cannibal the Musical.
People I've seen.
I have seen Cannibal the Musical made.
I have not.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know Zach has. I've also seen Orgasmo, which is one of my favorite comedy movies, actually. Which is another.
You don't know me. I've seen every movie ever made.
I've seen them all.
I've seen all of them.
I haven't seen 10 Cloverfield Lane. No, I haven't seen that.
I have seen 10 Cloverfield Lane, actually.
This is a game called Zach has seen, but John has it, and vice versa.
Yeah, because I actually liked the movie Cloverfield.
Fun fact: the movie and the book tell the story of the game, and the game continues. Evident the characters from Medea that arises. Oh,
I did know that. I have also seen Deadpool 1 and 2, and I did not like them.
I
don't like Deadpool.
I liked them. I thought they were alright. I wasn't like crazy about them like a lot of people were, but I thought they were like. I thought fun.
2
movies.
was alright. I genuinely did not like 1. I disliked 1. It was just 3 segments, and it was really awkwardly made.
Yeah, I've seen.
But I thought 2 was better. But I don't like Deadpool as a character anyway. So I find him really obnoxious, which is kind of the point.
Yeah, he's supposed to be obnoxious. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you make a character purposefully obnoxious, you run the risk of that character being obnoxious. So.
Deadpool, I don't know. He's one of those characters like I can live with and I can live without. He's not even in my top 20 for Marvel characters. Tarzan 2013.
Top 20 Marvel characters. Here's the thing, John. Here's the thing. Our podcast is generally about 3 hours. We have about a half hour to kill. So top 20 Marvel characters, go.
My top 20.
We're out of topics.
We actually talked about this kind of earlier. My number 1 is Spider-Man. My number 2 is Hulk.
Fair.
Yeah, my number 2 is Hulk,
Okay.
which everyone will always be like, why is it Hulk? Hulk is a Jekyll and Hyde character, and I love that aspect of him. He's a very deep character, and a lot of people actually don't read his comics for whatever reason. But they're actually very good. They deal with a lot of different shit. He has so many different arcs that are great. What was number 3? Shit, I don't know if I can do all 20.
I wasn't ready for the number 20. I should have said 20.
I wasn't ready for it. I got 2. There's my top 2.
That was 3.
Was it 3? Who was number 3?
Mm-hmm. That was Hulk, Spider-Man, and number 2. You did say number 2, and I don't remember what it was.
No, number 2 is Hulk. Hulk's my number 2.
Yeah, I think you said Hulk is 3. I don't remember who number 2 was. You said, of course, Spider-Man, and then you went to 2, and then Hulk.
Spider-Man, Hulk, probably Captain America, because I really like Captain America. I don't think he's that boring. He has a lot of different...
Oh, I think it might have been Captain America.
Yeah, 2 is Hulk, yeah. Number 4 would probably be Cyclops, because Cyclops has been shafted so much in the movies, but he's actually a great character in the comics. Number 5 would... God, I wasn't prepared for this tonight. Who would number 5 be? I really like Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch would probably be number 5. She has some crazy powers. Number 6 would probably be Doctor Strange.
Scarlet Witch is broken.
She is. That's why I love it. Number 6 would be Doctor Strange. Number...
Old school or new school?
Old school.
Okay.
Those comics are trippy as fuck. I really like. Number 7 would probably be Wolverine, because he's like in a lot of different comics. Number 8 would probably be Blade, because I like the vampire stuff and like that side of the Marvel universe is always fun. Villains included? If we're including villains, I'd have to redo my entire list. So we're just doing heroes right now.
You said the word characters.
Oh, characters? Fuck. Whatever. I'm just gonna get out.
Fuck it, we're continuing on.
Fuck it.
We're at 20.
Blade was number 8. So number 9, if we're adding villains now too, I'd have to rework it. But I'm just gonna.
They were never not added. It was characters. It's not even villains or heroes. It could be It could be the fucking dog that lives on the moon.
Oh, well, I do like Cosmo, the space dog. So we're gonna add Cosmo at number 9. Well, actually, we'll do Cosmo / Howard the Duck. Because they're 2 guardians technically. I don't know if Howard the Duck is technically a guardian, but whatever. He's in the comics. He's fun. Howard the Duck's cool. Seth Green voices him. I think that's amazing. Fun fact: Hugh Jackman nearly says his manhood out portraying Wolverine. That's fun.
One of my favorite Marvel characters made her debut in Howard the Duck comic.
Quasar?
Gwenpool.
Oh, Gwenpool. Okay. Interesting. Number 10.
Yeah, I don't like Deadpool, but I like Gwenpool. Don't at me.
Number 10, I'd have to do another dash, and it's gonna be Dr. Octopus / Dr. Doom. Because you can't pick the best Doctor. They're both really good. I guess number 11, I'll put the Fantastic Four as a whole. They've been through so many wacky shenanigans. Number 12, we'll throw Ant-Man.
Does that include Franklin?
Yeah, well, the Fantastic Four as a whole. Yeah, we'll throw Franklin in there.
Okay.
Hey, it's Franklin. Number.
Hey, it's Franklin making a universe in my bed.
What was I on 12? Number 12 is gonna be Thanos. Because I've always liked Thanos, even though I was the only one in the movie theater who knew who he was at the end of the first Avengers movie. Everyone thought he was. I can't
really.
remember.
I knew who he was.
Well, you weren't in my movie theater, Zach.
Yeah, I was, John. I'm always with you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like the only person who was like, "Holy shit, it's Thanos!" They're like, "Who's that?" It was really funny. But let's see, number 13, right? Number 13, lucky number 13 is going to go to who's the luckiest person in Marvel universe?
T'Challa.
I'm actually going to put Iron Man there. I'm not a huge Iron Man fan, but he's lucky because nobody liked him until the movies, and now he's like super popular. So I'm going to put him at 13, just because I've never been a huge Iron Man fan. I think he's one of the most boring characters. He's basically just Batman, but with a suit of armor. Let's see.
He's more interesting than Batman.
I don't know. Batman got blasted by Darkseid and went back in time. Tony Stark just got drunk and hated his life.
Yeah, that's part of my problem with fucking Batman. He got blasted by the Omega Beams and went back in time. You know what happens to everyone else who isn't Batman that gets blasted by the Omega Beams? They fucking die. But because it's Batman and we can't kill Batman, he gets to go back in time. Fuck Batman.
I am the Knight. I'm Batman.
Fucking Batman. Fucking hate Batman.
To be fair, if you've seen, no spoilers for Avengers Infinity War, but spoilers now if you haven't seen that movie that's 3 years old now. He got like massacred by Thanos. That's not even a real word, but I'm gonna use it. And he survived, so he should have been
massacred.
Yeah, he got massacred. Yeah, he got
Wait,
stabbed.
I'm sorry. I got really derailed on my Batman rate. We're talking about Iron Man?
Yeah, we're talking about Iron Man. Yeah.
Okay.
Those sneezes are forever going to be in the podcast.
Yeah, that's immortalized.
Let's see.
We stopped talking. I could have cut them out.
That's right. Yeah. Good zoom tight. Where was I? 14? Or no, 13? Lucky number 13. So yeah, 14. I'm gonna have to throw Uncle Ben in there. Uncle Ben should be higher if I realized this was characters and not just heroes. Uncle Ben is responsible for my favorite superhero, so he'd probably actually. I'm gonna put Uncle Ben at number 1. Uncle Ben / Spider-Man. So I'm gonna redo 14. 14 will be Silver Surfer. Actually, I really like the Silver Surfer comics. The 15 we'll throw throw Miss Marvel in there before she became Captain Marvel because I think the Miss Marvel comics were a lot better. 16 is going to be the Guardians of the Galaxy as a whole.
You mean when you say Miss Marvel, you mean
Carol.
like the
like Carol Danvers.
Carol Danvers.
Yeah. Yes, I haven't read any of the new Miss Marvel comics. I've fallen off on comics. So yeah, 16 is Guardians.
Camilla's cool.
Yeah. I really liked her in the Avengers game. I thought what they did with her in that game was fantastic. Like, it was very, very much centered around her, and I thought it was great. I'm actually really excited for the Miss Marvel TV series that they're going to be doing that they just casted. But
they're actually doing a Miss Marvel TV series?
Yeah, they actually just cast the lead for it, so it's very exciting. So that'll be starting to film pretty soon, probably.
It's gonna be on Disney Plus though, isn't it?
Correct, yeah, it's a Disney Plus show. Yeah, they just casted her and She-Hulk, so we got She-Hulk.
Yes, that I knew about. I fucking love She-Hulk.
She-Hulk is pretty dope.
The original fourth wall breaker.
Let's see. I think we're gonna have to go Nova for 17.
God, that's a fucking pull.
18 we're gonna put Venom. I think Venom's cool, but I think he's super overrated. But I do like him a lot. We'll throw Venom.
I would agree with that also.
Yeah, we'll throw Venom / Carnage there. And then 19 we're gonna go probably Defenders as a whole, minus the Hulk.
All of the Defenders?
Yeah. All the Defenders, Daredevil and stuff like that, because I respect all of them, but I can't read them. I don't know, like Daredevil comics are cool, but I've never really been a huge fan of them. Same thing with Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Namor, and stuff like that. I guess we're gonna number 20 is gonna be Dark Phoenix, whatever. Jean Grey / Dark Phoenix.
Okay. Yeah. Specifically the Dark Phoenix?
Specifically the Dark Phoenix, yeah.
Okay. Alright.
The Daredevil movies.
So as a bit of an explanation about my distaste for Deadpool versus my love of Gwenpool, they are two very different characters if they are written properly.
Yeah, they are.
Like Daredevil is not Daredevil. Deadpool is a sort of like complicated mercenary character whose life has gone to shit, and so he's kind of taken a like laugh at the world kind of approach. He's like a less evil Joker, almost, I would say, with a lot more fourth wall breaking, where like his whole life is just like shitty, and so he just like makes the best of it, and he makes a bunch of jokes about it. And the only real Deadpool story I've like genuinely liked was the Death of Deadpool storyline, where he retires. Whereas Gwenpool is a completely fucking different character, and she is not a Deadpool ripoff, and you can always tell if someone gets a Gwenpool if they write her as female Deadpool, because she's not fucking female Deadpool. She's literally not female Deadpool. Her name is Gwen, last name Pool, so she's not Gwen Stacy either. She was a teenage girl that was like a Marvel fan that got sucked into the comic book world, and so she like comments and interacts with a lot of comic book tropes. And her I have her like full comic book series of Unbelievable Gwenpool was about her like coming to terms with, like, it starts off with her being in the comic and then having fun and being like a crazy comic book character, and as she goes through it she realizes that like she might be in a comic book from her perspective, but the people around her are actual people, like their world, and her actions have consequences and get people hurt and killed, and she has to like come to terms and be like, oh shit, I can't be a fucking lunatic that goes around like blowing up buildings anymore. And I think it was like Miles Morales who really like slapped some fucking sense into her with that. And then like as it goes on and she becomes more aware of the comic book she lives in, she becomes like aware of the concept that it's about to be canceled, and she becomes completely paranoid about how to like keep her comic book legacy going without without being like canceled and forgotten, because she's aware she's a less popular character, and she's like terrified of just ceasing to exist when she leaves public consciousness. And so there's a lot of like exploration about like a comic book character actually coming to terms with like how bizarrely permanent they are, but also how bizarrely ephemeral, if you know what I'm saying.
No, I get that, yeah.
What I'm saying is, if you haven't read The Unbelievable Gwenpool, go read The Unbelievable Gwenpool. Is what I'm saying.
I'll throw it on my list.
Yeah, definitely. And she has a very complicated power set, and you could never make a Gwenpool movie. Because her ability is she interacts with the medium of comics. And like she can she at one point she throws herself out of a room on accident by like slamming her head into a fucking text box. It's fucking great. And she fights Dr. Doom at one point, and she dodges his attack by leaning into a different panel to dodge his attack. And then you see it from the perspective of Dr. Doom, where half her body is just missing because it's in a different panel. And there's an amazing scene in it. I'm not going to give you like context in the stories, but I'm going to say like some of the crazy things they do, just interacting with the medium of comics as a whole, where she's going into a building and you see her jump out from the gutter of the comic into the background with her like actual self that we're following in the story in the foreground. And as you read through the pages of the comic, you see her appearing in the gutter, going backwards, saying like, oh, not this point, oh, not this point, not this point, until you get to a point where she gets sealed up in a room and she's like locked in there. And what she does is she manages to get out of the room by jumping into the gutter of the comic and then walking back through the pages of the comic you just read to get back to the point where you saw her in the background several pages ago. It's fucking great.
That sounds awesome. I'll have to check it out. I've been off of comics for a while, unfortunately, so I missed out on like a lot of the newer stuff that everyone's been telling me to look.
And she meets Deadpool and he beats her ass. It is not a close fight.
Fun stuff.
Okay, that didn't burn as much time as I wanted it to.
Oh, we'll get sidetracked. We'll probably get sidetracked again. We always do.
Might be a bit of a shorter one this time. Do we have anything else we want to get to, or is it time? Is it time?
It's
what I'm asking you.
It's time to move on to the main event, which is Anime Dartboard. The main event.
Anime Dartboard.
Anime Dartboard.
Why don't you tell us about Anime Dartboard, John?
Well, this week we have a illustrious anime series called Wizard Barristers.
No, you're supposed to figure. Hold on.
Oh no, my bad.
You're supposed to explain what Anime Dartboard was.
Oh yeah, my bad.
I thought we're linked up on that. Well, we've already revealed it was Wizard Barristers. It's not a reveal. We revealed that last month. You can keep it up.
What Anime Dartboard is Sack has a little wheel that he spins, and he picks out a 12 series anime, or a movie.
12 to 13.
12 to 13.
Yep. 12 to 13 episode anime.
And then we watch it and we discuss it. It's been so far 2 misses. So number 3, is it different? Is it? We don't know yet. We haven't talked about it.
Is it? We do know.
We do know. We've seen it. I just finished it 5 minutes before we started stream.
So as an explanation, Wizard Barristers got added to the list because I'm in control of the list. Got added to the list because I thought it sounded interesting, and I saw an AMV that was about K, and I got it confused for K, and I've since seen K. But Wizard Barristers was made by Studio Arms, aired in winter 2014, and was directed by Yasuomi Umetsu, who you'd probably know him best for the anime Kite, which is pretty popular, which is about a teenage assassin sex slave. which I once described as the worst anime I've ever seen.
The series is it's a legal drama. It's set in a world where humans and magic users kind of like live together. Magic users are actually represented in the law by a subset of a defense attorney. They're called wizard barristers in the universe. It follows a young girl called Cecil Sudo, she recently graduated as the youngest barrister in history. So it's kind of a different type of anime. It's a very interesting concept. I was actually super intrigued by it when we picked it out. It's based in Tokyo, like most animes are. Well, based in Japan, I should say, not.
But
Tokyo.
they go to the U.S. and Canada.
They do go. They do go to Canada, which I thought was a nice little jaunt into because you don't see that a lot, except for in Digimon, apparently. Which also sidetrack. Shout out to the new Digimon movie coming out, so I'm gonna watch that soon. Last Evolution Kaizenu or whatever.
Yeah, she does it because her mom gets unjustifiably crucified in a courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
Not literally, metaphorically.
Yes.
Figuratively, I should say, crucified. She gets fucked over in a courtroom. Where it was a clear case of self-defense, but that due to the corruption of the courtroom, the self-defense didn't fly, and she ends up getting the death penalty. So she ends up studying to become a lawyer to help save her mom.
Correct. It is very intriguing. So, Sack, what did you think about the series?
Okay, so when I first put this on the list, I hadn't realized Yosumi Uematsu was the director of this, or I most certainly would not have added this to the dartboard in the first place, because Kite is god-awful. But surprisingly enough, I actually kind of enjoyed it.
I did too, actually. It was actually, very watchable. I got super sucked into it. I watched, 7 episodes today and 5 yesterday. And I sat there and
I watched it in 2 days.
Yeah, it was actually a really nice watch. It the way magic was portrayed was very interesting. It was a lot different than what you normally would say than the other thing we watched, which I can't even remember the name of it. Magical Warfare.
Magical Warfare. Yeah.
Yeah,
there were kaiju fights.
Yeah, there definitely were some kaiju fights. Yeah,
when she summons the kaiju, I was like, "What?"
Me too. I was not expecting that. It quickly turned into Pacific Rim, It was just Power Rangers, It was two Zords fighting each other. It was pretty fucking sweet, actually. And it's a
fuck out of nowhere.
Because the first time she shows off her magic power, it just looked like she did a Thanos snap and something's just deteriorating. But then it turns into a giant fucking robot, and you're just like, all right, I'm invested. All right,
Yeah, when she disintegrates the surrounding area, I was like, holy shit, that is broken. And then it turns into a fucking robot, and I'm like, holy shit. That's really broken. You couldn't shoot her. Did you ever think about that?
Yeah,
she would just disintegrate your gun.
Yeah, it's her whole power is based on turning the metal around her into basically a giant robot, which I did not expect coming into this. I expected fire, ice, lightning, magic, but there was some of that in there. But hers was a completely different power, and a couple other people had it too, which made the fights interesting too.
Yeah, well, her ability is because she made a pact with Lucifer. She had the ability to just learn other people's magical abilities.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. She's basically I don't know, someone who learns powers from. I can't think of it.
She's like a shittier Medaka.
That one right there.
Who's apparently my go-to for power mimicry, is a shittier Medaka.
Or Taskmaster, because he does that as well.
Taskmaster learns fighting styles, right? Not powers.
Yeah, I guess you're right, yeah. He has photogenic memory.
Mm-hmm.
Water, fire, earth,
and doesn't it not work on Deadpool?
It does not, because he is too erratic.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
He
The
cannot-
old Kid Buu method of fighting people.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. I really liked this series. It was actually a good watch, like especially after watching Sky Crawlers.
You did
Which
not watch Sky Crawlers.
I lasted
Half an hour
30.
Sky Crawlers.
I watched 30 minutes of it and got bored.
Yeah, no, surprising. One thing I have to give credit to Wizard Barristers for, which is something you never fucking see, is it's such a fucking trope, not even just in like anime, just a general law trope, that the main character will be a defense attorney, but they only defend the innocent people. And I like that, like Daredevil's a big example. Like he's like the first person my mind goes to. And I like that she ends up getting tasked with defending a serial killer who we totally know is a serial killer. It's not like, oh, he might be innocent. No, he's a fucking serial killer.
He will murder you.
She's like, I don't want to, I don't want to defend a serial killer. And her boss is like, no, you are going to be defending the serial killer because it's your fucking job.
Yeah, he literally says,
you
tough
are
shit,
literally
kid.
a lawyer.
Yeah, tough shit, kid, do it.
Yeah, you're a lawyer. I'm sorry to tell you this. You are a defense attorney. Sometimes you're not going to be defending someone innocent. And that's something you never see addressed.
Yeah.
In, like, defense law shows. But it's like, no, fucking do it, though.
Yeah. I was very surprised by this.
And I have also appreciated that, like, not just that, but, like, they don't always get the criminal off, because that's not how law works. Sometimes it's not really a fight for, like, can I get you out of jail? Because you can't. Sometimes it's just a fight for, well, let's see if we can get, like, life instead of an execution, you know? So I appreciate how they dealt with the law in that regard, although I think we can agree that the law system in this show is fucking broken.
It really is, though. It's pretty broken.
The most corrupt thing ever. Like, in the final fucking case, she is hired as a defense attorney for this corrupt politician, and who imprisoned her mom, who says, I'm going to say everything, I'm going to say the truth during the trial. And then, while this is happening, because the prosecutors are working with him, they end up swapping it so that the perpetrator, the defendant, accuses her, the main character, who is his defense attorney, of the crime, and is like, she's the real criminal / murderer. I was just defending myself. And then the prosecutors are like, well, I've got a motion for the judge to make Cecil, the defense attorney, the actual person on trial, which is not how law works at all in any country ever in the history of the world. And the judge is like, I'll allow it. I'm like, what? Oh my god.
Yeah, law is pretty broken in this universe, but it's portrayed very well, like, within the own universe. Also, the fact that they actually went outside of Japan and, like, went to different areas, and, like, the relationship she had with her mom, it kind of reminded me of, like, Barry Allen and his dad, like, going to visit, his dad and being like, hey, we'll get you out of here, you know what I mean? Like, Barry becomes like a forensic scientist to, like, prove his dad innocence and all that stuff. That kind of gets roped into his superheroism as well. So I kind of saw a little trace of that within, like, this show too. She's like, I'm doing this so I can, like, get my mom out, get my mom to have her another trial, so we try to get her out of prison, because it's like, well, she wanted to do that, but then other stuff kind of happened too. They kind of figure out at the end of the series. So I don't know if we're gonna get into spoilers.
You don't have to hide it. This is a book club. And we're all already supposed to have watched this.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a book. This is spoilers on.
Well, do you want to? You go for it. You explain things a little bit better. So.
Well, what I was going to say to the trip about America and Canada is also you can absolutely not just change countries and start practicing law there.
Sure.
Law in this universe is fucking broken. Do not come to this fucking show if you want an actual law fucking show, because this is not how law works at all. But there was a fun episode where they had to like cosplay, and they get like held up by like criminals at like a gunpoint. So I will say is that the show also is not just about law and like investigations and stuff. There's also other aspects to it,
like boobs.
Like boobs. So here's the basic idea. Cecil died when she was younger, and so a dude comes up and is like, you know what we could do to save your daughter is we could summon Lucifer, and Lucifer could save your daughter. So they summon Lucifer, and then supposedly the summon fails, but it super works, and she gets the ability to like dupe people's magic powers, and she comes back with the power of Lucifer, and it's all part of this like cult's goal to basically use the powers of Lucifer to kill all of the humans, so that only the woads, which is the term for wizards in this series, only the woads will be still alive. And they're all doing this with the power of Lucifer, and they framed her mom and all of that shit. And so they they kidnap her, and they're like, we're gonna shove Lucifer into her fucking body. And so they summon Lucifer, and you find out that one of her co-workers has been Lucifer the entire time.
I love that. And that's a good reveal.
The fucking co-worker fucking swaps sides at the end and is like, "Hey, so you summoned me to kill all the humans?" And the wizards are like, "Yes, Lucifer, help us kill all the humans." And Lucifer's like, "No, I don't feel like it.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Give me a good reason. You know?
Yeah.
How about $20? You know." Where's my sacrifice for the year?
Yeah. Well, they cut out all their eyeballs. They're like, here's like 200 eyeballs, and Lucifer's like, ooh, I wanted 201 eyeballs. And they're like, are you fucking serious? Ooh, I don't feel like killing all the humans. I'm sorry.
I don't really feel like it. It was such a good reveal too, because like you kind of like him throughout the series too. Cause you're like, oh, he's a cool guy. He's helping her out and stuff. And he's like, boom, Satan. You know, by the way,
Lucifer's female.
Oh, it's that girl. I'm thinking of someone else.
Yeah, it's Moya.
I'm thinking of the dude that's back.
Are you talking about Honey?
I think so.
Oh, you're talking about the cop. Yeah, the cop. Yeah. The cop is the son. The cop is the son of the politician.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
No, he was sus as shit from the. Well, we knew he was like sus from like episode 3.
Super sus.
Yeah, but
yeah, because he was doing that behind the background shit. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, with his dad, who we knew was evil at that point. But the reveal of fucking Lucifer was so goddamn mind-boggling that I like when I was watching it, I was like, now hang on, what? And I had to back it up to make sure that I saw what I thought I saw, which is the reveal that one of her co-workers is just randomly Lucifer.
Just out of nowhere.
The entire fucking time. I did not see that coming.
I've heard
I don't know.
I've heard of Mr. Clean out of nowhere, but never Lucifer out of nowhere.
Yeah, and like there's like implications that she's like super fucking strong, like the coworker throughout the whole series, and she's just playing weak. But I assumed she was like the like big bad enforcer. Like I assumed she was like the second in command of the villain, and then just the reveal, like, no, I'm fucking Lucifer. What's up?
What's up, bitches?
Yeah, what's up? I'm fucking Lucifer the whole goddamn time. There is one scene where, I say during the serial killer part, though, where she arrives and the serial killer fucking shits himself, and it's like, oh my god, you, which looking back at the show, no one else in the show recognized her as Lucifer at any point. It was just the serial killer. And I'm just like thinking back, like, wait a minute. What the fuck did that guy know what Lucifer looks like?
Full circle.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, I'm seriously just now realizing it. I'm like, wait a minute, why did that guy know she was Lucifer?
Yeah, it was. Again, I was super surprised by this because, like, watching these, like, I always watch them like the day or two before stream, just because like I want to make sure they're fresh in my head. I'm very forgetful.
Mhm.
Case in point, we were supposed to talk about something else tonight, but I forgot to watch it because I'm very forgetful.
I watched it.
Next time. But yeah, it was like a very good show. I actually really liked it. Like I said, I got invested into it. Like I'll probably end up watching it again at some point. Like it's on VRV, so it was like actually super easy to watch too. Like I didn't have to go to any sketchy sites or anything like I did with Magical Warfare, and Skycrawlers. So
I also watched it on Verve.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a solid show, and like I really like the ending of. I wish there was a season 2. Actually, I don't normally say that when we get to these shows, the dartboard shows, but I actually kind of wish it went on and actually had a little bit more to it.
Yeah, I'd watch more of it if they made a season 2. They won't. But
Yeah,
it is an original, isn't it?
It is.
It is an original.
Yeah, it came
So
out
yeah,
when-
they're definitely never going to make a season 2.
Yeah, it came out 6 years ago. So
By the way,
definitely-
mate, I see your Discord post. Yes, I did read it. I am reading all of chat. I'm just not necessarily responding to it. One thing I do want to talk about before we go on from this is at the ending of the show where Cecil like calls what's her name, Moyo on calls her on it, and she's like, Moyo, what the fuck are you? And like Moyo like leans over to her and she's like, well, you see, in reality I'm, and then it just like cuts. Do you think she said Satan? Because I think she said Lucifer. She's like, oh, I'm actually Lucifer. I think she told her
at the end of the
because
show?
she said don't tell the others.
Oh, I mean, well, we already saw Lucifer, so how is she Lucifer too?
Moya is Lucifer.
Oh, you're talking about that episode.
Yeah, I'm talking about the final scene of the show before it goes to credits.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, and Cecil's like, Moya, what the fuck? Like, what are you? I think she even said, what are you? And like Moya like leans forward and she says, well, you see, don't tell the others, but I'm actually, and then it cuts to black. So do you think she said she was Lucifer? I think she said she was Lucifer. I think she actually told her.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well, that was Wizard Barristers. I'm gonna give it a solid 8. That was a fun watch. I actually enjoyed it, and unlike the last two, I can't even say the last two because I didn't actually finish the last one. Because it was it was so boring. I would give this a rewatch.
Which is a review in and of itself.
Yes. Yeah, I would actually give this another watch. I actually recommended it to my roommate already. For him to watch. I already posted it in one of my anime Facebook groups too, for them to give it a watch. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Would watch again.
Look, I'm so fucking glad Anime Dartboard actually pulled out something good this time. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 for me, but I'm so fucking glad it wasn't another 5 or a 4. I'm so glad it was something with positive qualities.
It was the fight scenes were cool, like the way they portrayed magic, the way they portrayed law in like the world too. The fact that it wasn't just stuck in its own like little bubble, they went outside of Japan and stuff like that. Like the relationship with her father and stuff like that. Just like the emotion that you could feel too, but like between her like wanting to like save her mom, especially the scene where the cabin blows up too. Like I really like that because like that was the first time you actually saw her get like kind of like pissy.
Yeah,
like,
she
upset.
was. Yeah,
and like she
ripped half the city apart.
She did. It was fun. Yeah, the next one will probably be shit. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really glad.
Probably.
I'm glad I actually watched it. So it was good. It was a good grab. So I'm excited to see what we have next. Which
don't be.
Don't be.
Don't be.
It'll probably be poopy.
All right. Okay, let me see. Let me see how many is still left. 91 series we have to choose from.
This podcast is going to go on forever.
That's going to go on for at least 91 episodes. So shove it in Wheel of Names. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Spin that wheel, baby.
What do we got?
Okay.
Yeah, what we got?
I don't know what this is.
Oh boy.
Kaido Kaisatsu Pat Labor.
Oh boy. That sounds
What the fuck is this?
Ooh,
It's a movie. Wait, did I mean the movie or the 1988 OVA?
Hopefully it's easy to watch.
Or did I mean the television show? Shit, which one did I mean? I don't know which one I meant anymore.
So while Zach's doing that, I'm going to plug our YouTube channel in the chat for y'all, so you guys can go.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, I got it. I definitely meant the 7-episode OVA. I'm sorry, you can do your plug though if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to plug our YouTube channel in here. We upload all of our stuff, so if you want to rewatch it and relive the experience, this is an experience. It's a live show, not a podcast. They don't do live. Because why? Because of the stuff that happened when we started this show. When I screwed up the intro twice.
Because of quality reasons.
Quality. And I just hit the button by accident. So if you want to sub to us, definitely give us a sub. We upload every podcast up there. Rewatch it. Share it to your friends. Share it on Twitter. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Discord. Tell your mom about it. Tell your dad about it. Tell Uncle Jimbo about it. Maybe he likes movies. Maybe he likes anime. Maybe he likes video games. I don't know him. But you do. So maybe something will arise. Maybe you guys can connect via the podcast. You know, it's not that long. It's only about 3 hours sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So give that a like.
Yeah, hey, you see that old guy down the street? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to get a phone or a tablet. Maybe replace his cane with a phone or a tablet. And while he's sitting there, lying there, he has to watch the podcast. And then, when he's done with the 3-hour podcast, you come back, you give him his cane back, and he can leave. Just do that to everyone you see. Just steal all their canes and replace them with our podcast.
Yeah, there's the cool topic. Zach, do you want to do any plugs real quick?
No, because we're still an anime dartboard.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we're not actually ending the stream yet.
We're not? Oh, okay. So what do we got? Well, what's the next one?
Anime dartboard's over. We're done. We hit our highlight.
We did.
Okay, Kaido Kaisatsu Patlabor, or Patlabor the Mobile Police. This is done by Studio Dean. It has directed by, oh god damn it, Mamoru Oshii, famous for such gems as here, I'll link it in chat for you. Famous for such gems as Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, okay. All right.
And Sky Crawlers.
Oh, God.
It is a 7-episode OVA series, episodes lasting 30 minutes. It is genre comedy, mech, police, and sci-fi. As the human race evolves, so does its technology. Engineers have successfully created robots dubbed labors for mass distribution, utilized by society for a number of everyday tasks. However, there are criminals who manage to get their hands on these labors, using them for their own nefarious means. To combat this new form of delinquency, police around the world began using patrol labors, or pat labors, to put a stop to labor-related crimes. Rookie police officer Nao Izumi is drafted into a special pat labor unit, getting her own mechanical suit to fight crime. Naming this machine Alphonse, Izumi works tirelessly alongside her peers to keep civilization safe from those who could use this advanced technology to harm others. As Izumi becomes further ingrained within her unit, she must also learn how to navigate both her social and professional spheres with grace and wit. She befriends the aloof Asuma Shinohara, fellow pilot Isao Ota, and other members of her brigade as she helps them to combat conspiratorial plots, workplace revolts, and supernatural beings. It is also worth noting that there is a televised anime version of this, but I probably mean specifically the OVA. At least I hope I do. I'll make a post on my own Discord about it if I fucked that one up.
Okay.
I'll double check later tonight. But they also made 2 sequel movies to this. The anime itself has an average MAL score of 7.28. And we don't have to watch the movies. It's just the OVA.
Okay.
The dub is by Central Park Media, so the dub is going to be awful.
Wonderful.
Well, it'll add to the experience, because as a reminder, Anime Dartboard is always the dubbed version. But there is a Pat Labor movie, which has a 7.54, and a second Pat Labor movie, which has a 7.88, which is actually high.
Oh, okay. So maybe this won't be a hidden gem.
Yeah, we might be in hidden gem territory. I'm going to say with this, Mamoru Oshii, it's always a bit of a mixed bag. I know people love him to fucking death, but what I'm going to say is go in here with skeptical optimism. Like, expect something that might be good, but be prepared for it to be very bad, is what I will say.
That's
I don't know why this... Wait a minute. Is this the anime that appears in Metal Gear Solid? Is that why this is on here?
There's an anime that appears in Metal Gear Solid?
There is, and I need to make sure that because I don't know if this is the anime that appears in Metal Gear Solid. Okay, it happens in the first one. And it has something to do with police mechs. Hang on. Metal Gear Solid Otacon anime. Fucking what is it? What was it? This should be a lot fucking easier to figure out than it is. I should be able to just type this in and the internet should know what I mean.
That's fair.
But it might be because it appeared in Metal Gear Solid.
Also, if anyone's wondering why we watch the dub version, it's strictly because of me. Because I have really bad ADHD. So when I'm watching a show, I'm also probably doing something else at the same time. So watching subtitled stuff just isn't an option. So if anyone's wondering, case in point, I was watching this while I was editing some audio earlier, which is very confusing because I have to have headphones like this and watch. So it's a lot of fun. Smarter than the machine.
I also usually do something else. Usually I'm playing a video game when I'm watching anime. But I do still watch subtitled anime while doing that because I read stupidly fast.
Mate, it's funny that you mentioned that because I also watch YouTube in the car while I'm driving. Most of the time it's a podcast though, so it's something I can just listen to.
Yeah. Something you don't have to look over at.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, occasionally I'll watch like something like video game related, and I call Pico. I do watch.
Mm-hmm. Car time is is podcast time.
Yeah, or book time, because I have been listening to Wizard of Oz. I want to talk more about that when I finish up more. I actually watch this stuff. Proud of you. I read as fast as fuck myself. So I think that about wraps it up.
No, it's Police Knots. So I don't know why I wanted to watch Pat Labor.
Well,
it's Police Knots that appears in Metal Gear Solid. That's the conclusion of this arc. Is that nope, Police Knots.
So we've talked about a lot tonight. Audiobooks are awesome, yeah. I do love it.
I think that's meant to be linked to the I read fast as fuck myself. Audiobooks are awesome.
Oh yeah. I do love it. I definitely want to talk about more of that stuff when I listen to it more. I think I'm only on book 2. I feel like the good of it. But Sac, where can people find you?
You can find me on twitch.tv sacrabalic and like 1,000 YouTube channels, but I will give you the Twitch.
It's only 4 YouTube channels.
It's like 18. But yeah, I'll post it in chat if you somehow don't know who I am or where I'm found. There's my Twitch. You can get to my Discord from there, and that's how you can follow me. We're going to be doing a bunch of horror games this month. One thing I will say this to you, John.
Yes.
I will make this publicly known, is that what I'm really getting invested in right now is I'm getting invested in. I'm playing a lot of Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind.
Ooh.
I want to get into Bravely Second End Layer pretty soon, and I've been really playing the shit out of Mega Dimension Neptunia V2. And the important thing about that is I always 100% Nep, and Morrowind is a long as fuck game, and fucking Bravely Second is an entire goddamn JRPG. So I will not probably have a lot of topics for next podcast. So make sure you do a lot of interesting things to keep the people ready for the next episode, because I won't be.
Yeah, which brings me to where you can find me. You can find me here, because this is my channel, where I will be doing a spooky month as well. The games are posted in my Discord. We are doing 6 games, maybe 7 if we have time. All different types of games. We have some platformers. We got a whole bunch of spooky stuff going on. Also, you can find me on my other podcast, which is There Will Be Gems, where we strictly talk about one movie, which is every week. One of us 4 picks a movie. This week, episode 1 is Shallow Grave, which is Ewan McGregor's first film and Danny Boyle's first film. Second episode is Spiral, which, like I said earlier, Joel David Moore. He also produced that and directed that film. The third episode, which we are filming on Sunday, will be about Matchstick Men, which has Nick Cage and Sam Rockwell in it. And the fourth one is to be announced, because that's the one I'm picking. So it'll be a fun one. So if you guys like people talk about movies, that's another one. There's the link right there. You can subscribe to our channel. The episodes are typically only an hour and a half long, because we only talk about one thing, so we don't go too crazy. But you can find me on Twitch too. I stream 5 days a week. If you like stuff, then come see the stuff. We're already here for the stuff, so what are you?
Yeah.
I think everyone here follows, so but
yeah, I feel like everyone is aware of our channels at this point, so you're either following or you're not at this point. I don't think. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, maybe there's some lurkers here who don't know us. You know what?
Well, maybe
they're coming. Maybe this is someone's first viewing from YouTube, and they're watching the YouTube VOD, and they're like, "Shit, man, Shit,
Exactly.
I'm really getting into this whole topic podcast, but honestly, I feel like the lower episodes are a little bit weaker. I don't feel like they really hit their stride until like episode 32. That's the best episode. That's our best episode, John.
Exactly.
32. We'll never pass it. God damn it.
Fuck, I can't wait for episode 32.
Why was that so good?
The platform I'm talking about is the Castlevania one, because that's kind of a platformer. It's obviously a Metroidvania too. But it's also kind of like but you can also find me on Twitter and Facebook at ConquertheJohn. I shitpost on Twitter every day, tagging different companies and asking them random questions. And Facebook, I never post anything on Facebook, but I've been trying to do better on there. Also my Discord and all that shit.
Unfortunately, episode 42 wasn't as good, Pache. I was just me not shutting up about Hitchhiker's Guide, but I didn't really make any coherent points.
I feel like 42. When we do get to it, that should be strictly a Hitchhiker's Guide.
Whole topic really hit their stride when they started reviewing hentai. I would fucking do that.
I mean, if we run out of stuff to watch, we might have to, because we have to make it to 100.
Yeah,
we can't go to 91.
Here's what I'll promise you right now: if we get to episode 100, we will review hentai.
Yes, and I will try not to fap to it.
I won't. How many fucking years has to go by? 8 years. If we go 8 years of this fucking podcast, we will review a hentai.
Yeah, I will be almost 40 by then.
Yeah.
Or dead.
We'll fucking review that hentai if we reach episode 100.
Shit. Maybe we might have to start doing two a month if we get to that point.
Oh gosh. Yeah, well, you know what? We could do that. But then we'd have to, I think at that point, we'd have to, like, make it a major focus, because that's a lot of fucking anime for the dartboard to go through.
Yeah, I mean, I could absolutely do, like, a 12 to 13 episode anime in 2 weeks. I mean, it's all dependent.
I could, but, like, what would we talk about at that point, you know?
Yeah. This month was hard, because, like, with my job and stuff like that, but I think now that I'm going back to my old job, it'd be a lot easier to have like way more things to talk about. Yeah, it'll be a little easier because I'll be watching more stuff and playing more games and stuff like that. Yeah, it'll be like next month. We'll obviously talk about the spooky games that we played during Spooky and a couple other things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that'd be a fun way to do that.
Yeah. Also, I will be watching the Digimon movie live from my Discord too. If I'm not sure what day yet, whenever I can actually rent it, because I'm not going to buy it. So if anyone's interested in watching that, you can pop over to the Watch Party channel on my Discord and watch that with me. TBD. Because I will definitely be talking about.
Okay.
Huge fan.
Great. I'm glad you're going to be interesting next podcast. I'm going to be boring as sin.
I'm
going to be like, what did I do? I played a lot of Nep, but I didn't finish it. So
it'll be a John-centric podcast, which is always fun. So, we're going to sign off for the night. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was fun, because, you know, we like doing this, and I hope you like it. If you don't like us, please tell us. Or don't, because it might hurt my feelings. Anything you want to add, Sack, before we end for the night?
Yeah. I succeeded in forcing us to bullshit long enough to reach the 3-hour mark. I did it. I've done this.
You did, yeah.
It will be we didn't take an intermission, so this is just going to be a long as fuck podcast. So, mission accomplished. Check me out. I play Japanese games. We're playing a lot of Japanese horror games this month. It'll be a fun time. And I also have an anime channel no one should ever watch, where I talk about all of the anime I've watched. Recently, I've watched every 90s Sailor Moon anime, so look forward to that video. But yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Headshot, bye. I love you too. So enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll see you tomorrow for the last regular stream until we hit Spooky Month on Monday. We're going to be hopefully beating Mario Galaxy tomorrow. So if you like Mario, and you like galaxies, and you like stuff that's super, come by. If you like the beard, come by. If you don't, I'll shave it. I'm not going to shave it. I'll look 12. But anyways, we love you. Have a good
My
night.
beard will be gone by next stream.
If we get to 100 subs by next episode, I will shave my beard. And they can't be fake accounts.
If I get to 100 subs by next stream, I will also shave my beard.
He will. I've seen it do it.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you soon. And by soon, I mean in 30 days. So, we'll see you in 30 days.
This podcast has had 6 endings.
Yeah. This podcast brought to you by not knowing how to shut the fuck up.
Yep.
What beard? All right. Good night, everyone. Have a good night. Stay safe. We'll see you soon.